Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, in the UK, Belgium, and around this big wide world. Mark talking to you live from Brussels International Airport. Zaventem, I think it is. Anyway, I'll pop in the chat and check sound in a minute. A few technical, tricky things on the go at the minute. But I wasn't going to leave this one behind. Dreamliner 10. How's that for an opener? A hot and gorgeous day. I can't even hazard a guess on temperature. I've got channel legend, now W, with me to my left with son Joshua. Let's just put the camera back to the tower. Very distinctive shape on that. Let's just see how we're doing, because I'm not even in my own chat yet. I just didn't want to not broadcast that plane. That's not me tuning up for a show. I see we've got feed. That's a good start. So members will know I've had trouble getting a local SIM, and we'll see how we get on today as to what we do next. However, I've not even got the fireworks on yet. So in fact, I'm going to leave the fireworks off for today just to be sure that belt and braces completes the show. We can always add extra bits in. But Andy W, welcome to the PSA Crew Lounge. Awesome to have you with us. And John Robertson too. That's a nice start to the show. I'm just going to put the camera back on the inbound plane. So we're covering runway 25. I think it's 25 right, but it's probably left now I've said that. It wouldn't be a show without me getting confused. Oops. Harder than you think to find the plane in the glare. We spend so much time getting ready for wet weather, inclement weather and all that malarkey that hot sunny days don't tend to get quite the same thinking and thought. I've got a brolly on the camera though, the one that we trialled at Edinburgh at the weekend, and one of those sunscreens that you have in your back screen of your car. Wrapped around the other electronics. Helpfully for photographers, of which there are a few here, the sun is behind us, and of course that works for us as well, but of course the kit is getting a good drenching of sunshine. Anyway, first world type problems, so a short gap before our next arrival, which is a Brussels Airlines wet lease flight, Air Baltic from Milan. That's going to be your next in. And then I'll get to the chat. I think there's a chance. So with parallel runways here, I wasn't sure if the other side would be military predominantly, but basically one does takeoffs, one does landings. So we're on the landings today. I might re-strategize for tomorrow's show based on that information. But the wind changes quite a bit as well. Although wind strength at the minute, pretty nominal, around 3 miles an hour. Barely a couple of knots. Alright, let's do some hellos. As you can see, here's the other side. So we do get to see some of it, we just don't get all of it. Air Transat on its way back to Canada. This place is going to get chock-a-block. People are turning up all the time. Right, chat it is. Let's do chat. It's time for chat. So thank you everybody that is in the show. The first name I can see, so forgive me if there are other names that I've seemingly ignored. I've not. Keith Cornell, Chigwell's finest, who I can see is talking to Celeste Donaldson, so good morning to Celeste. Good morning, Rab H.
Hi.
And who else have we got? Big DC, Scottish Linda. Oh, plane coming in, telescope alert. We're on now.
I'm trying to be distracted.
Oh. I'm not even sure what we've got. Turkish, so you've got a Turkish emoji, members. You can give that a smash if you like. In from Istanbul. What have we got here? What do I spy? Oh, baby, where have you been all my life? Beauty. Right, so Scottish Linda was the last high. Oh, Christ, this tablet is already scolding. I may have to flick to the phone. Crackers, really. Although, as Nell was telling me, they've had it way hotter in recent days, so it is all what it is. Mr. Fair-skinned Mark has got plenty of the old sunblock on. So Big DC, I say good morning to. Scottish Linda, I'd say good morning to. Alibi 58, how are you doing, my friend? Welcome to Brussels. Andy P, good morning to you. Right, DB Bassman, good morning to you, my friend. That cold one that you bought me a couple of weeks back is getting poured tonight. It would have been poured last night, but by the time I got back from the town, well, the city, it was shower and bed. We're knackered. So Aegean inbound from Athens in an A321, unless I'm much mistaken. I'm wishing I brought my new camera, not for the stream, but for the purpose of taking pictures, although I think another half an hour and I think the haze will kill it. So back to the chat. HGC, good morning to you. HGC. Scottish Linda. Oh, sorry. No?
The next airplane is not interesting. I think we can skip that one.
Get out of here! Are you taking a payoff? Nell is distracting me now, terribly. You're going to see how I operate firsthand. Well, you've seen it before because you were there for Orange Pride. Oh, I should panic, shouldn't I? Yeah, you see, Nell was there for Orange Pride. She got right in on the ground floor when it came to telescope action. Oh, sorry folks, a little bit urgent. This looks awfully like a 757 to me. If that's the case, it could only be United Airlines. I suppose it's inbound from New York, Newark. It is United. United! So where's that Aegean got to that recently rolled out? I thought I saw it. There it is. Slight gap on arrivals. It gives me a chance to get on with a chat. So it was fantastic yesterday when I blasted off from Edinburgh and I looked down at the mound and I could see Scottish Linda and her young uns on the spot where I normally stand. I'm telling you now, that was a good moment. I had to look backwards because I got a wing seat, couldn't see on takeoff with the pitch of the aircraft. But looking over your shoulder and back through the window, sure as God made little green apples. There she was. Foxy B, good morning to Laura. How are you doing? Rab's got the Brussels emoji in action and the Nell emoji. You've got your own emoji today, you know that, don't you?
Yes.
You are officially inducted into the Hall of Legends.
Yeah, I'm totally speechless. In pink.
Well, I thought if I give you a choice of colours, this could take 3 or 4 days because you'd probably have several options to whittle down.
I would have talked you out of it.
Oh, that was also probably more likely. But I thought if I don't ask, I can always ask for forgiveness. Our man in Hong Kong is in the house as well. John McKenzie, hello to you. Very hot in Hong Kong. Well, I'll tell you now, this is a lovely day, but I've got a feeling by midday it's going to be onerous by lightweight standards. That is me. Ooh. Nell, have you got your mic with you? Oh.
I'll have to turn it on.
Oh no, you see, as long as it's just, I wasn't sure if I was picking up the conversations. If it's off, it's...
I turned it off.
It's cool.
I turned it off.
Carry on.
Yeah.
Mark fretting and fussing. Good morning, Polar Bear. Hello to you, buddy. Welcome to the show. Let's just quickly check the kit is doing what it's doing. Yeah, no eggs frying yet. Good morning, AJ. So yeah, 25 left are they, Rab? I wanted to say right. Anyway, the other side is takeoffs are going to be 25 right, which is on the opposite side. Jules C, good morning to you. Sorry about that. What's going on with the camera? I was. In fact, let's carry on with the chat because I'll lose my thread. Good morning, AJ. And Graham S61. Hello to you, Graham. I'm going to have a water stop. Dry already. Wayball Vince, hello to you from behind, Wayball Vince. Who's Vince? Hi Vince, I'm Mark. In fact, that reminds me, for the benefit of everybody that is watching the show who might not know who's doing the talking, I'm Mark. So I'm going to be doing the camera driving and commentary in conjunction with Nell W.
Yeah, and we're having 2 new subscribers here with us, 2 young guys who actually have the awful luck of living 2 minutes from this spot. They drove here by their bikes, and Yeah, they discovered a new hobby when COVID started. They said, let's go watch planes, we live here. And
I'll tell you what, this must be a very dry sense of humour if you think it must be awful. I always think Edinburgh would be so good to live near. If I was living there, I'd be down there all the time.
yeah, me too, from my kitchen window.
Well, that's many of our viewers actually are able to pick the flight up as well later on, and I think that is, can I just quickly scooch in? I think that is, well, I'd love it, but I get nothing done. The grass will be up to here.
Oh,
and
who cares about the grass? I mean, clip the trees, but...
yeah. Right, driving on. Gordon Hunter, good morning to you, Gordon. Neil Seeves, hello to you, Neil. Have a great Friday, you too. Thank you for joining us. It's been an adventure and a half already. Oh, digger watch. I don't think they're doing anything dancey, so I'm just going to pop us over there for the moment while I look over my shoulder. We are quiet on arrivals. For some reason I got it into my head this was going to be a dual-use runway like we're familiar with at Edinburgh, but of course that was entirely predicated on what I thought the military side would do. Makes sense, doesn't it, to run parallel. Good morning, Mary Brock. How are you doing, Mary? All the way down also. Well, good evening for you. If not even good night, perhaps, I don't know. Yvonne V, good morning to you, Yvonne. Hope you're keeping well. Aviation Spotter has hit the membership milestone for 1 month. Says we've got the Singapore 747 from Dallas Fort Worth around noon. Well, kit permitting and everything, we are going to do it.
There's a 777.
That might be a reach for me.
Out the left white thing straight above it. No, it's on the middle white thing there now already.
Oh, I can't pick that up. Oh yeah. I'm not going to chase that. It'd be too easy.
It's got to come into landing soon.
Oh right, cool. So, Aviation Spotter, a member for a month. Membership is entirely, and the friends that help us in other ways financially are exactly why we're able to bring shows like this. So, Aviation Spotter, thank you so much for your support. As I was saying earlier, we're going to put the fireworks back on tomorrow, but I want to do a broadcast today with as few extras bolted in as possible, because I'm a bit concerned we're going to get throttled later on, and I want a skinny broadcast. In just, you know the way it goes when you... Oh, is that a big Delta? Did it? Of course it is. No, it's Air Canada. How many times do I mistake Delta and, to the naked eye that is, that's the beauty of cameras. Anyway, what a lovely day. J-Ro Ruda, wave to you, and you're right, J-Ro. Oh, yeah, is that the 777 there?
777, yes, right above the church tower.
I think I might be able to get that.
Yeah.
So we have a triple inbound. That's Air Canada, is it not? No, I've got too much glare on the VDU, which is the other problem with the sun behind you. So I've got a brolly that's keeping the worst of it off, but I can still see far too much of me. I could shave in that VDU. So happy 4th of July indeed to all our friends in the United States of America. Congratulations on shaking us Brits off back in I'd like to say 1776, but if I say 1776, it's probably 1775, but I think it's 1776. So anyway, I hope all our friends stateside, those of you that are already in 4th of July, I guess, over on the western seaboard, you will still be on the 3rd of July time. But anyway, have a great time doing whatever you are doing today. Much love from all your friends at Plain Sailing Aviation. Right, Linda Cantes, hello to you, Linda. Every time I go to a new airport, Linda, my brain goes through some kind of trauma. It's kind of bizarre, really. You reprogram as you get. I mean, even changing cameras now feels a bit odd. It feels like putting somebody else's running shoes on, to be honest. Not that I've done that before, but I can imagine it would not be satisfying. So we do have. Oh no, because we can't see the departures, can we? That Ethiopian freighter is due out later, or around midday, I think, if I've got that straight. Shout out as well to a friend of Plain Sailing Aviation, Bert Hypernix, who is a captain with Brussels Airlines. We were hoping to catch Bert's 10:01 departure to London Heathrow, but once we got here, it was obvious that we wouldn't be able to do that. But Bert, if you're catching this up, sorry man, must try harder. We'll see if we can pick up one of your landings. Anyway, happy flight. And Linda, we're coming your way soon. We are coming your way soon. Hold that thought. Aviation, good morning to you. Aviation Action Scotland, the legend that is Gary. Top of the morning to you, my friend. Are you down at Edinburgh on Sunday? Have I missed Deborah, Keith? I wasn't going to be talking about anything else in connection with Deborah, except Deborah, much love from me to you and your family. So let's get that one out there. But no, I was going to message Deborah separately, actually, Casey. Ooh. What does that mean? Is this bird scaring on a...
No. No, I was listening, but it was a kind of announcement. It was not bird scaring. Our birds don't speak Dutch nor French.
Well, I don't know. It could be very cosmopolitan birds.
In Belgium, every announcement takes a lot more time because you have to do it in at least 3 languages.
Ah. And I understood none of them. Oh my God, what's going on here? Yvonne V says, lovely to hear you. You see, this is one of these, and I know that's a sentiment that so many people in the chat will have. I was so delighted when this polled in equal second, because I thought, right, well, I've met you once before at Schiphol, right in the early days.
Yeah.
And wouldn't it be good to come to Brussels, do a stream in some decent weather, and just have some chilled out plane spotting with friends, and then a wish makes it happen. We've just, that must be the Delta wrapping up, so I'm just going to watch for when it reaches for the sky. Oh, Air Canada. Why do I keep calling it Delta?
It's confusing these days.
Oh, we have a plane on final approach as well, so...
Is it the 777?
I think it might be, but... I'm not sure where I'm looking yet in terms of the departure. Probably about there, I suspect. Let's see if I can say hello to a couple more people. William Russell, Planes and Trains. Good morning to you, William. Oh, there it is. Crikey, that is...
Above your hotel.
It's going to be a bit hazy at that distance. With where we're positioned, it's a brilliant spot for arrivals. I am thinking of converting tomorrow's show into a early one, and just not just the early one and a later one, but I don't know, I'll have to think about it. Perhaps I'll leave it where it is, because with the early show it'll get the arrivals you need anyway. Stop talking, Mark, you get yourself into trouble. So what's this one? What do we think we got? So next in is United Airlines 777-300 extended range from Washington, I think. Wow, wow, wow. As you can see, for arrivals, this spot is super duper. I guess in that respect, a bit like the Polder Barn, except you've got a better standing view with the terminal in the background.
And we're really lucky because it's closing down on the 12th until the end of August for resurfacing. So we came at the right time.
And how fluky is that? Scottish Linda says it's nice to hear you too. I'm telling you, we probably should open a parallel stream actually. Thank you, AJ. The throat feels a lot better. It's just a perpetual thirst you've got now. It is. Oh, what's that? Coming in on 25 left, I think, or right. Oh, I'm confused again. I'll get it right in a minute. And she were gone. So quickly jump back onto the chat. Screen's cooled down a bit, and that feels better. William Russell, Brussels is treating me fandabidozy. Apart from the sim issue yesterday, which every time you go anywhere, you have a bit of a dance around sims. It all went wrong for me, as members will know, where a travel blogger, often one that I follow, puts up information about where to buy your sims from and so forth, and roughly what you would pay. And the information about the airport vendors, despite it being posted in April, had become out of date, so that was a bit of a nuisance. And then going into Brussels, then it got more tricky because the major provider, Proximus, had a system outage which took their branches out the chain. And then, having spent a lot of time in two orange shops in two separate queues for about half an hour, you get to the front of the line and they say they got no prepaid SIMs, but they might have some in today, so we're going to see how we do. We might get throttled, we might need a reboot if that happens, but one thing at a time. Next plane in is something new for us, Air Arabia Morocco, inbound from Nador. I have no clue where that is, but that does sound like that could be North Africa.
I want to say it's right there.
It's exactly there. No, it's not. I've lost it in the glare. Going slowly, that's better. See, it's not easy to pick them out. I get a cheeky couple more in the chat. Let's just say hello to anyone else. SE Aviation, thank you for rejoining the PSA Crew Lounge. Fantastic to have you with us, buddy. As I was saying earlier, literally things like this are only possible from the support we get from membership and other generosity. And as we spend 100% of everything on content, us putting the money to work like this is a pleasure. So pop that in the book in a jiff. Jonathan D, I see is, oh, my chat's jumped, hasn't it? That's why I'm wondering why I've lost continuity. As always, folks, a gentle plea on likes. And I see a Ko-fi donation from DB Bassman. Who, what's it say here? Beers for you and Nell, not the Belgian beer, mind, way too strong. Nell, what do you think? DB's Ko-fi'd us 20 quid for beer.
For beer?
For beer. He says not the Belgium kind though, he says way too strong.
What? There's no such thing as too strong beer.
DB, channel legend, thank you mate. Ooh, blinking it.
Oh, he caught us.
Timing was fantastic there, DB. You nearly bought a telescope. Oh, what's going on here? And of course, I'm flying back with Air Baltic tomorrow. Not tomorrow. I'm losing track of the days. Saturday. Hang on, Saturday is tomorrow. I've lost track of the days. This is international travel for you. So, where's my pocketbook? Let's just catch up. So, DB Kofi, SE Aviation, PSA Crew Lounge. Honestly, both legends. I'm just going back up the chat if I can. Jules C has gifted us a membership as well to support us. Oh, Jules C, God bless you, and I am so appreciative. As I say, I wish I put the fireworks on now. And now I've got to keep an eye on Nell, because I now realise that she's turned double agent on telescopes.
You can't blame me for trying.
I think you're getting very close. Each time they're getting nearer and nearer. I'm just saying. So let's go for, who got the gifty? Let's see. James Croft. I don't know if you are in the show, James, but I hope you're going to enjoy it. So, what else? Slaychavara, should I say? Kevin, how you doing, Kevin? Welcome to the show. Thank you, AJ, for confirming independence was formally declared in 1776. Staying non-political, but I venture that losing the American losing America, I'm tongue-tied, was not the UK's finest hour. Pretty good news for America. Deary me. Anyway, all our American friends, have a great day. Right, can I go further? Oh, right, I think I've got back to where the chat jumped on me. Mark Bright Spark. Hello to you, Mark Bright Spark. 2 marks in the show. We're up and running. Marks plural. Got to put some more sun cream on. My neck is now starting to feel like it's been rubbed with some kind of pepper cream. Should such a product exist. Paul Martin, hello to you from a very sunny Luton. Well, I've got to be honest, I reckon it's always sunny down there compared to Northumberland. I don't think we fare quite. We fare well with beauty and landscape. Oh, ITA inbound from Rome, a 320 Neo.
Helicopter in front
Ooh,
of the tower.
might be able to get that.
Tower,
Good
sorry.
spot. Now, let's just see if I can get you on the chopper. There it is.
It's getting behind.
And that is a Belgium Air Force base behind. Is that Mellebroek or
Melsbroek.
Melsbroek? It almost deserves its own stream. I don't think the viewing positions are as good over there, though, are they? I have to ask the chaps behind you because they'll know, being local. There's me just scoping for another show, another day. Charlie Newlands, hello to you, Charlie Newlands. Happy Friday. Hope Friday's treating you good. Right, we do have an inbound aircraft. It is the ITA, so camera to task. Very nice. We had a chat the other day, didn't we? I think it was in the last show about favourite blue in aviation, and KLM cropped up, Chewy cropped up, Korean cropped up, and of course ITA, and that Azuri blue is, well, it's made for days like this. Abby Garvey's in the show. Abs, where are you? Are you where you were before? I'm behind with your movements. I'm behind with a lot of the Facebook stuff as well. So Facebook, PSA Crew Lounge, friends. Sorry, I've literally been run ragged. Well, ragged. I think my days of running anywhere are probably behind me, but ragged Mark. Anyway, because Abby's on tour with her orchestra, so she could actually be not far from here, unbeknown to me, but who knows. The water's heating up nicely. Be able to make a tea with that in a bit. Okay. So I'm just going to put us back on the tower for a minute, because this is one of the better looking towers I've seen on my travels. Don't know what you think, folks. I mean, it's very modernistic and all the rest of it, but we do have a plane on finals.
New livery, the new Atomium livery is driving.
Oh, I might just be able to get a piece of that.
Yeah, it's going to take off in
Kijk, is allemaal vrachtwagens.
There is the Atomium livery. You know, the Belgium icons for different airlines. This liveries, well, here's one of them. Sorry, it's a hazy shot. We saw that earlier on, actually, from the car park where we were awaiting our Uber. So there was a game I wanted to play with you today. Belgium Icon Special Livery Bingo, all for fun, of course. I've got a little slide to pop up just to share with folks who may be unfamiliar with what I'm jabbering about. So Jonathan McD, I've said hi to. Okay, bum 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 bum. Ooh, nice one, Mark Brightspark. Your birthday's next week. I can hear something on the roll, so let's just lay in wait. There it is. Bam. Latam. On its way back to one of the Brazilian airports. Funny actually, something I observed in one of the orange shops yesterday, it seemed everybody in there was from Brazil. I don't know if they were here on an organised tour and therefore getting simmed up was the thing to do on day one of their trip, but the only reason I know this is because they all have to show their passports, as you do as a non-EU citizen when you're buying a SIM card, be it Germany, Spain or Belgium. Dear me, excuse me, folks. I'm struggling to find it then. Tell you what, that departure that we hooked onto, the bank shot with that, I'll better watch out for that, because when they bank to the left, they show a lot of flank, which is something nice. Going to see if I can get there you are. A bit of the Latam, just about at the limit of the HDMI cable. So welcome to the show. Anybody that has just landed with us, welcome to Brussels. We are bringing you all of the action, as much action as we can manage. Abby's back in the UK. I've got to that bit. Abs, welcome back. Paul Martin showed you the control tower, so I'm a bit behind as always on messages. We will pop back to that periodically. DR, hello to you, DR. Happy Friday. It is nice, Rab, isn't it, to see ITA again? Something that we could definitely find space for in our lives at Edinburgh. I'm trying to think where my hotel is relative to here. It's gonna be, I can tell you where it is. I think it's, I might not be able to spot it, but usually they put the logo on the top, don't they? Somewhere around there. Anyway, another falls out. Ooh. And that is Etonium.
No.
Unsportingly, turning to the right, not the left. Latam went left. Because I've got something to show you actually. I'll do it now because is anyone landing? No, they've not, are they? So let me just bob the camera somewhere neutral. There you go, an eclectic choice of tail fins. Now, if I do this carefully, with much care, so Etonium is actually a, for those of us who don't live in Brussels, in fact we could see this from the car park, couldn't we, this morning?
Yes.
A postmodernist building built as part of the World Trade Fair arrangements in 1958.
58, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I learn something every time I go somewhere and then forget it by the time I get home, but that's what the art design is actually inspired by, just so folks know.
And you can visit it, you can go into every ball, you can go all the way up, there's exhibits, there's a restaurant.
I'll be honest with you, it looks like, for anybody in the show, and I don't know whether you have been before, too many years ago we went to Disney at Orlando, the Epcot Centre there, which is more futuristic-y stuff, and I looked at that, I thought, I mean that's years ahead of its time, built in the 50s.
Yes, yeah, it was, yeah.
Now I'd like to go and do that another day, I've decided, that looks too interesting.
You got to compare it a little bit like the Eiffel Tower, but in lesser size. But it's mainly a tourist attraction, and when you've been there, you've done it.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. It looks, maybe it's that thing that looks better on the outside than feels on the inside, because to look at, it's eye-catching.
Yeah, it's an experience. And then, okay.
So let's have a quick look at flight radar, see what's happening. And the other thing I was going to share with you while the opportunity presented, if I can, let's just make sure I'm not pulling any wires out. That'd be a shoddy look, wouldn't it? So here is the schematic for today's show. So just to give you all a orientation of where we're standing, that's arrowed. X marks the spot. So we're basically covering runway 25 left arrivals, and there is a parallel runway, and at the other side of that parallel runway is the Belgium Air Force base we were talking about earlier. So there's that's the pitch. And the other thing, I knew there was a couple of bits of homework I boshed off yesterday. So Belgium icons, ones to spot. So we've just seen a little bit of Etonium departing. There's also Rackham, or Tintin as we know it, inspired by the Red Rackham's Treasures story of Tintin. I can barely remember Tintin, but I used to watch him avidly as a kid. And the Red Devils, of course, in honour of, and the Red Flames, all in honour of the two national football teams.
Yes.
And Amari, the other one, which is the one with the big bird along the fuselage. So hopefully we'll get a bit more of that as the day progresses. The shows progress. So today is going to be a shorter one. finish around, well, if we can get to 2 o'clock or 1 o'clock for you in the UK, we will. I think we'll be throttled by then, but I'm keen to see how it all works. Good morning, Tony Rivers. On strike, you've got a different emoji. You've got a Pegasus official Pegasus fan club emoji.
Yeah.
Has it got to be a tail fin? I think Tony was unhappy because we could have taken the show to Istanbul and done a Pegasus feature show.
But Istanbul, I would not be there.
There you go.
It's one
And that's that. Well, this is true, and therefore, from a box office point of view, we would be toast. We do have a plane on final approach. I'm just going to quickly get laser-like on it. Right, I see we have. I'm not going to pronounce Pierre's second name correctly, but Nell's really good at stuff like this. Pierre Verschuren.
Pierre Verschuren. Hello.
That said way better.
Welcome.
Welcome. Who's super stickered us?
Oh wow.
That's super stickered, not super chatting. It's got a graphic.
Oh wow.
Nice one.
Yeah.
Pierre, thank you so much for your kind support. That is really appreciated. Let me just quickly jot Pierre. Oh, sorry now. I'm a terrible dance partner. Super sticker. Yeah, cool. Ultra cool. Right, we do have that inbound aircraft. I'm just going to pop us half the distance. Let's go to the tower. And the village now, that's the other side, is that Nossigem?
Nossigem.
Yeah, I didn't say it right, did I? I need to stay here longer to qualify on my linguistic for residency.
For effort.
Oh, I don't mind giving it a go, you know that. I'm a bit of a give it a go merchant.
Dutch is notoriously difficult, so no worries.
Right, here we go. Hold on tight. Next inbound coming your way. And that should be a Brussels Airlines from Milan, an A319 departed just over an hour ago. Sorry, I think the camera likes the hot conditions. So we're going to see plenty of one of our favourite liveries from an Edinburgh point of view, the Spotty livery. Majestic. The haze. Right, hot behind that we have another arrival, and that's going to be another Brussels Airlines Spotty 319, this time from Frankfurt, departing 33 minutes ago. What do you reckon to that? When you think about it, it took us about 20 minutes to get here. There's a story behind that which I'll regale members with probably on the social actually. Stephen Marchant, good morning to you, Stephen Marchant. Voice is bearing up. I think it might have been a pollen reaction, a very unusual one, but you know. See, the haze is making it misbehave. To coax your way onto it. There we go. We'll leave it small for the minute, let it grow into the shot. We can do that. just me avoiding falling off the platform, team. I'm on the edge. Always on the edge, but I really am. If I fall off here, it's probably about 3/4 of a metre, but probably not the best thing to do, falling backwards. Sorry, I can't keep this thing still. Let's go to the inbound. Should manage to do a couple of hellos. So Stephen Marchant is where we were at last. Screen getting hot, so Abby back in Scotland confirmed. You're going to be feeling a difference. And I agree with you, Paul Martin. I like that tower. Sorry about drifting the shot while I was doing chat. We've got something changing soon on that score too to improve my dexterity between the chat and the lens. Was this Red Devils? It's Red Devils! Yay! Yeah, liking that a lot. Chat, what do you reckon? And as always, folks, please do drop a like if you're enjoying the show. It goes a long, long way. I'll pick the Red Devil up in a minute when it turns around. Just going to have a quick HiSky to the chat. So, Big DC, thank you so much, very much for you're paying for the chips. Nice one. Kofi donation, £10. Thank you so much, Big DC. As I say, not a firework day today, sadly. I'm wanting to run the kit slimline, give the processor less work to do, and hopefully keep things cool enough. Because it's pretty warm. Nice though. Could have been a different challenge entirely, couldn't it, if it had been windy and wet. These are good issues to have to wrestle with. Oops, the over panning, is that going outside? Oh, I lost it, that's why. I know where it's going to come back though, so let's just stick it there. We'll stand by. So, Big DC, thank you so much for that. I'll pop you into my book so I don't forget in the credits at the end. Oh dear. So, on we go. Polar Bear likes the location. Me too. I think the key to it's going to be the flow.
Polar Bear has taste. And we already saw a few of the nice Belgian liveries, and the Tomorrowland livery should arrive in 2 hours.
Really?
We're kind of hitting the jackpot.
So, back to Belgium Icon Bingo, we're doing pretty good. I wasn't sure if we get lucky. I'm still a bit mournful about not getting Captain Bert's departure, but we'll catch him at Edinburgh another day. It will even out.
Yeah.
Or we'll be back here another day, but obviously not when they're digging up the tarmac.
Oh.
So next from us, and members, you'll be getting some information on this in the next week or so, will be the Geneva-Zurich trip that we've talked about. Some information I was waiting from Edelweiss in connection with that. Got what I need, and once I'm back in the UK, we've got the Aberdeen show sorted. I'll have some news to break for you. Right. Scott Plane Spotter, hello to you. So far with the Red Devils, we've seen Etonium. I think we've not seen, I can't remember, we've not seen Amore, the one with the big bird down the side. Oh, what's the other one? I'm going to put the slide back up, I can't remember. Note to self. Rackham, yes, we've seen Rackham. So we've seen Tintin, we've seen Red Devils, and we've seen Etonium. We just need to see Amore, I can't quite remember which. Just have to check my notes on that. That was repainted in April of this year. It's on a brand new aircraft, so that'll be why it's got a new paint job. Yeah, Tony Rivers, you got what you wished for. You got an official emoji for the Pegasus fan club. Going to take us on a little drive. So, camera's heading towards the terminal. Chewy there too. I put the Chewy emoji in because I thought, I think it is a Chewy hub, isn't it, for Belgium Chewy. I don't know, Tony Rivers, it might be the perfect size. But you'll get your wish, you will get back your tail fin for the weekend. We are live Sunday at Edinburgh. Can't say fairer than that. Right, Air Arabia in from Rabat. Is that Morocco? I'd like to think it's
Rabat is Morocco, I thought, yeah?
I think it might be, yeah. So if you say it is, I believe you. Inbound from Rabat, departing 2 hours 37 minutes ago. We'll go to that with the camera in a minute. I'll just shorten the distance. Thank you to anyone that's in the show. Thanks for watching us live here from Brussels. Good morning, Hammy. So intermittent today, Mrs. Hammy up from London, and it was Hammy's birthday yesterday. Hammy.
Happy birthday.
I'm not singing to him. Oh, go on, let's do it. Happy birthday to Hammy. Happy birthday, dear Hammy.
Oh, we love you. Happy
Birthday to you.
Hammy.
Anyway, Nell speaking for Nell when she says she loves you. I'm definitely drawing the line at that. This is what I love about spontaneous live broadcast. Oh dear.
Tony and Rampage, don't be jealous. I love you too.
There you go. We just need to schedule shows at Brussels when Nell's available, when it's your birthday, and the weather's reasonable. I think the odds are pretty good, are they not? Mm-hmm. And they're not digging the runway up opposite as well.
Right, yes.
Right, that looks Swiss to me. Off top, no, it's the Arabia plane. Sorry, I'm hallucinating in the heat. Thinking that the brolly that is the little camera brolly that is protecting the camera, I could do with another one on a little hat on my head. I think that would be a very good look. So, where are we? Beep, 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 beep. Yeah, Rab, don't take Tony's high digen away. He's got the right as a consumer to be aggrieved. He's Pegasus rights have been trampled on indirectly, inconsiderately.
We have a consolation prize in yellow.
Oh, there you go. What's this vehicle doing, I ask myself? Patrolling? You see, if this was Edinburgh, it'd stop periodically and either put the bird scaring klaxon on or perhaps fire some shells off. Right, I think think I can get back on chat. Now we're off truck watch. Anyway, Hammy, I hope you had a cracking birthday, pal. I really do. Scratch Linda, are you biased when it comes to All Matters Scotland, or is it? Oh, I just got the wrong end of that. Oh, we've got 100 likes up, or is that something different, 0 to 100? I don't know. We're a small, perfectly formed crew today, so I'm not sure. So, ooh, something. Edelweiss 340, 300 overhead. I'm too behind on the messages to chase it, sadly. I'm probably. Oh, there's something that you're gonna feel familiar with, if I can just get it for you. There you go. Good old Ryanair. It wouldn't be a show without a Ryanair in it.
Most of the Ryanairs are going to Charleroi Airport, but we have a few here.
I think that was the airport Tony Rivers was trying to divert me to, because apparently Pegasus go there too.
Yeah, let's not go there.
I couldn't imagine a show predicated with Ryanairs and Pegasus. Kind of stuff of dreams. Right, we have an aircraft on finals. First glance tells me that's a private, like a biz jet to me. I'll have a look and see what that might be in a minute. It looks like one of those, I think it's a Pilatus, but looking at the aircraft's lights, that's a wild guess. Got to find it first. There we go. I think we'll land it and I'll look it up once it's landed. Definitely looks like a Pilatus. Sounds like a Pilatus. I'm inclined to agree. I'm just going to quickly see if it in fact is a Pilatus. Inbound from Bristol, a Pilatus PC-12 NGX. Oh, what's this? I've got a screen brake reminder. Don't want it. You can turn this off in settings, or never mind, let's just say customize every 5 hours, 7 hours for screen brakes. Right. Sorry folks, I'm not in the chat in a minute. I am now. No, I'm going to kill the screen break. Oh, this screen is hot. Craig McLean, I've just seen your name as I'm scrolling back up. So I'll say hi to you, Craig, while I'm there. So, Hammy's birthday featuring a lot. Deb08, hello to you. Yorkshire Biker is in the show. Good morning, Yorkshire Biker. Qatar A350 spotting UK. Hello to you. Yes, we do have some Qatar 350 action here, I believe. I believe we have. Well, if not Dreamliner. Retreating Blade, hello to you. And Alan Biles, good morning to you. It is different. 111 likes at 10:40 something. So I'm just going back up the chart. in my weird, wild way. So it's done it again. John McCallin, not John McCallin, but my wretched chap. Right, something's on the roll, so we'll see if we can get a bit of that. Once I've seen what it is. Something belting along. It is a VistaJet Bombardier Global 7500. So let's see where that will be. Should show early, shouldn't it? So if you wonder why I'm looking at those buildings, it's for that. We do have another aircraft on final approach. Where's my VistaJet? We had a lot of noise, a lot of thunder, no outcome. So, next inbound is a Brussels Airlines A320 from Vienna. Yorkshire biker enjoying the spot? Me too. Different, isn't it? Foxy B, sorry I've missed your exit. Have a great rest of the day, Laura. So chat's just bobbing around, you see. So I've never had a screen break message on this before, and then I have to get one in this show. So just going to go up to the point where I recognise where I was with the messages, and there's a plane here. So let's do that Brussels Airlines next.
Pushback heeft hem niet zo net gedaan.
We're going to have a military plane taking off. It just had this pushback done.
Ooh, what we got? What is it? Do we know?
Let me check.
I saw a C-17 circling yesterday. Got all excited.
A400.
A400 Atlas. Lovely. We should get a bit of that. Hope it banks left as well. Oh, there's a Brussels 330 on the move. We're going to see a few of these tomorrow. Early Bird Show will feature a number of Brussels 330 arrivals. They'll come in early and go out mid-morning. I'll believe that Ryanair that's taken off. I think we can be excused for not chasing that one.
No.
If I can just jump back on the chat. So, Mark Oscar, member for 21 months. Mark Oscar, I'm convinced you're PB. Mark Oscar, are you PB? Sounds like I'm talking in code, doesn't it?
21 months.
I've got this hunch that is political bias, but I stand to be corrected. PB. If it's not you, do tell. I get confused when I've been out in the sun.
But congratulations anyway.
Good morning, John Kenneth Williams. Hello to you. The RAB H, the flight out was superb. They looked after me nicely. I got comped off the trolley as well. So, and it was a really smooth flight. Staff were really friendly. It was lovely. I'd fly with them again. Welling, recognise those distinctive yellow engine cowlings. somebody has done something nice for us. Lots of you have done nice things for us, by the way. Before I jump there, good morning, Linda Cooper, who it was lovely to catch up with yesterday at the airport before I went. We didn't manage to hook up the trio, did we? I still owe her a hot chocolate. Shame on me. But she was busy, in my defence. So, good morning, Linda Cooper, John Kenneth Williams, and I see somebody has gifted us 5. Craig McLean, awesome support, great friend of the channel. We're not fireworks today, sorry Craig. I just want to see how we do today.
You can see the tail of the A330 right above the buildings. That little white thing that sticks out, that's the tail of an A330.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm looking in the wrong place. I'm looking in the wrong place.
You have got the tower. Are you go to the left?
Hang on, let me drive to the tower.
Now it's like the plane is like.
Is it? So I'm on the tower.
Yeah, and you go to the left, and then you have like those white poles, and right above the white poles, above the building, the tail is sticking out. It's now moving slowly towards the left. It's going to.
No, my eyes aren't going to be good enough now. Sorry, team.
We'll see it when it.
We'll pick it on the roll.
Yeah.
Quickly jump it in to. So you've got those 5 anyway. Welcome to Peter, D Muppet, Jenny's Books and Vlogs, Milb, I think, it's hard to read in the glare, and Mark Cowper. Welcome to the PSA Crew Lounge. And Craig also celebrated 4 months with us as well. Awesome support, as I say, been a great friend to us. Oh my lord, something's in. You were going to tell me about that inbound plane, weren't you? No.
No telescope, to be honest.
Oh, loving it. It's keeping me well on my toes. Let's check I've not missed anybody else. Hate it if I miss people. Right, inbound plane.
And the Delta's on the move.
Ooh, we might pick a bit of that up. I can hear it. Can you hear it? Right, quick check on the kit. It's paving as far as it goes. Well, that's distinctive enough. That'll be Iberia. No need to look that one up. A320 from Madrid. But it's spanking hot there. So we've got Aer Lingus shaping for a departure. Right, next inbound, let me just quickly announce that before I jump to the chat again. We have another Turkish Airlines. Is it? No, it's not. It's an A-Jet. It's an A-Jet inbound from Istanbul, which translates into an A321. Going to be your next plane. Can I do a little bit more with the chats? This screen is getting tricky to touch now. I'll go back down the chat now. If I'm quick, I should be able to do it. So thank you to everybody that is in the show. Thank you for supporting our Brussels live stream, our debut here. I think a water break's coming on. Yanis Mutafis. Hello to you, Yanis. Welcome to our Brussels live stream. So here's our A-Jet from Istanbul. I think it's the secondary Istanbul airport, is it not? SAW. What's up there? Can I get it? Nah, sorry folks, I went on a wild goose chase. So we do have another couple of aircraft on final approach, so we are good on continuity at the moment. We'll watch out for that A400. Oh yeah, chopper going over on the far side. Inbound we have a Smart Lynx A320 from Tangier. Let's just pivot round. Pivot. Bless you. So this one's a bit of a Casper, at least as far as flight radar goes.
A400 is going to take off now.
Ideal. Well, there's an A330. We'll let that trundle out of view. And we're going to wait for the A400. Could be a little bit of a gap because sorry, my Mr. Blue Sky moment adding up to nothing. I'll stop doing it. It's a bad habit. So we're watching out for an A400 that's going to take off on 25 right. We've got another Casper inbound operated by Fly2Sky in from Uja. I think it says Uja. Anyway, that's my attempt at pronouncing. Jimmy Gibson, good morning to you, Jimmy. Top of the morning to you. Britannia 079, hello Mark, how are you keeping, pal? Bob Smith, hello, welcome to Brussels. There's a sentence I didn't think I'd be saying to you, Bob.
Yeah, it's taking off. I just saw it pass, it's gonna appear above the buildings over there.
Right, we're gonna pivot to the inbound and see if we, there we go.
There it is.
There's your A400 team. Bit hazy at that distance, but all gifts gratefully received. Of course, that colour scheme doesn't help on hot, hazy days.
No.
Right.
Was een kever beland. Dat was zo bewusteloos, moest ik over.
slight gap in traffic, so good time to put the kettle on. Good chance for me to catch up with a chat. I think I might be there unless the chat's jumped on me. So if I've missed anybody's message and you're in the show and you think, oh, Mark's being a bit ignorant, I'm not. If I've missed you by accident, I've missed you by accident. I don't think I have. Everything's undercover now, you see, to try and keep the sun off it for as long as possible, which makes it less visible than usual.
Even we are undercover.
Exactly. That water break. That's reminded me. Because that's the other thing I never thought. I'm guessing there are no facilities around
In
here.
the prison.
Oh, they're not going to invite you in. And for me, they might not let me out. See, the Polder Barn has those kind of things, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Whereas I think this is an excellent platform, and I like the way they've tiered it as well, because the one at Barcelona was just one level, which basically means you get there too late and you ain't getting a good spot.
Yeah.
Whereas here, there's enough for everybody, isn't there?
Yeah, and it's very, it's wheelchair accessible. It's a good parking place. Yeah.
They've even got like, can I put the camera on a bit of it without putting people in shot? Let's have a look. So, let's see what we got. So, even there, they've got like on the back row, so it's tiered. So, I'm on the bit that comes off the ramp. You're not quite on shot, okay? Sorry, but you'll see they've got like at the back, it's like a sort of sun brake, wind brake, I guess it does both things, which means that you can basically sit down and avoid being fried, which I think is quite a good touch. I mean, don't get me wrong, putting toilets in at spotters part locations can be a bit of a tricky thing. I mean, the one at Barcelona, I think I called that the TARDIS of Doom in a post. It was the only game in town, but the minute you went in, you wish you hadn't.
Yeah.
Renal failure was starting to feel a bit more appealing. I mean, I'm being slightly facetious, but you get the idea. It was not a nice thing. Someone has a good idea, put all the right things, and even had an information board saying which airlines, which types of planes.
Very nice, yeah.
But if you're going to put facilities in, charge people.
They have a sign of conduct here at the entrance, asking people, about littering and, just general behaviour.
Yeah, but you say normal, but I can tell you now where I stand at Edinburgh and Newcastle, I don't know how big you'd have to make the sign, but there's just a sort of minority of people who create disproportionate mayhem. But that's a hobby horse issue for another day. So we might get a little bit of tie departure, or at least some of it, later on in the show. Aircraft on final approach. Let me get onto that. Before I quickly have a look around. Right, this is a Brussels Airlines in the old Brussels livery from Paris Charles de Gaulle.
We're not at 119, we're at 25, what was it, 25.7?
25 left.
25 left.
Let me put the graphic up. Yorkshire Biker and everybody else in the show. So anyone that's just joined us, you can see where we are with the red arrow, bottom right hand quadrant, and we are essentially 25 left. That's where the planes are coming in. There is a parallel runway that you'll see in the top left segment, which is 25 right for takeoffs today.
And 119, the planes go overhead, right? That was...
Oops, jumper's fallen off. Right, let's get onto the inbound plane. Sorry if you got juddered with the shot. We've got a trainee ninja jumping off the platform. So there's our Brussels from Paris Charles de Gaulle. Tell you what, folks, you wouldn't believe how many people are here. I thought Friday, are the schools finished here now?
Yes.
Ah, well, that'll be a big difference. I thought if the schools haven't finished, they need to get the truant officer busy.
And to be fair, the previous days have been extremely hot here with temperatures over 35 degrees in the shade, so I think nobody was here.
I've got to ask you why you're here as well. You were saying on the last show that you've been to Shanghai. I think we
Yeah.
might have been talking about Hainan Airlines in the chat. You've got to tell me a bit. What's your Shanghai? What were you there for? What were your impressions? I was fascinated.
My husband's from Australia and my sister lived for many years in China, a few hours away from Shanghai. So whenever I went to visit either of them, I would drop by the other because, you know, you're anyway.
If you're going to be in that half of the world, it doesn't narrow it down much, but it's a lot.
I prefer to fly with KLM to China because the hours were good. We would leave late in the evening, so you would sleep half of the flight. I would go to Australia with via Paris, fly to Singapore, fly to Brisbane, and then Brisbane, Singapore, Shanghai, Schiphol. And my best, you know, my most favorite is of course Singapore Airlines. This is a class in its own. This is just marvelous. I love Qantas as well. Overall, my worst experience ever was with Swissair.
Really?
Via Zurich to the Middle East, yeah, was horrible. Never again.
Cabin crew thing or?
Yeah, cabin crew. Yeah, never again.
It's interesting because Eddie and I, only having flown I thought there was an inbound there. Oh, I know what I'm interested in. Somebody's landing on 25 right, I think.
Oh yeah, interesting.
If I can just get you onto it. Dear me.
Ja, zo. Willen.
I'm trying to get it. Well, I'm going to have to give up the ghost on that. There it is. Interesting, they're bringing that down the opposite side. Could have landed here. I don't think there's a runway check in process. Right, well that's that. Rab was already onto that one, already onto it. SMAC Aviation Photography, good morning to you. Yeah, Rab, that's a good theory. Short taxi, that could well be it. There's definitely nothing happening on the runway. And Daniel Watkins is in the show. Good morning, Daniel. Happy Friday. Yeah, it's gone quiet, eerie quiet. Thanks, Polar Bear. Nice compliment there. So Linda says hi to the person that was waving when I moved the camera down the platform. The person out of shot was actually Nelson Joshua. So there you go, small world as was when I was panning earlier.
Ah, yeah. Yeah, he just graduated, so he's in between. He's now looking for a job. So.
I remember exactly when Eddie was in that space, and then I'm like, well, what's your plans? You know, all this kind of thing. Mrs. PSA was like, you know, give him time.
Yeah, it's good to have a bit of a break.
And to be fair, if you think about it, you go off, you study. You've gone to a lot of trouble to acquire a lot of knowledge and experience. You don't just throw it away charging off on the first thing that comes to mind. I never had that luxury, but I can now see that one, definitely. When I left school at 16, it's like, well, what job are you getting kind of thing.
Yeah.
Luckily, I knew what I wanted to do, so it was easy.
Yeah.
And they were hiring.
Nowadays, there's so much choice. You have people graduating and really, you know, choosing is losing. It's like.
It can be. It can be. Depends if it then. I mean, one of the things Eddie will always go on to you about, he'll be telling you now, is, you know, all these pilot, graduate, cadet type schemes. He still would like to throw his hat at that because he always thought he was going to join the RAF, hoped to get selected as a flyer.
Yeah.
I know the odds are slim, but that's, you know, it's what it is, and then go from the RAF to commercial flight later. But like many before him, he found love at university and everything goes in a different path, and happy as he is on that path, he does muse about the fact that, well, okay, if I was to apply now, financially it's a challenge in the short term, but can you manage the short term pain for the long term gain? Plus, when you've got a young child, being away as often as pilots can be is...
it's a different life,
It's a different life, definitely. I think if you're single, it must be fantastic.
Yeah.
So we seem to be into a Mare Celeste moment. Oh, it was in shot. Inadvertently, I got Josh in shot.
That's okay.
Hadn't intended to. Oh dear. That was not my intent.
That's okay.
Alibi 58 says, freeloaded long enough, Nell. Get them working ASAP. I think, Alibi, that was very much my Eddie philosophy. What are you doing?
I remember like a year ago when we were talking about doing an internship abroad, and we looked into it, and then he decided, you know, there's no place like Hotel Mama.
This is true. This is true. I mean, the difference is Eddie is pretty handy in the kitchen. He's pretty handy at doing a lot of stuff, actually. You know, he's yeah. Me, on the other hand, I'm not so handy at lots of things like that. I'm not a domestic king at all. I've kind of lived with my mum and dad, and then got married, and I've elevated my game, but I don't think I'd win any TV game shows in terms of domestic prowess. In fact, I don't think I met the selection. Oh no, they might have me on. You know, like they want some complete idiots on just to make it televisual and watchable. So yeah, I probably will get into the early bit and get eliminated. Mark eliminated.
It's not your goal in life to win this type of show.
Right.
Doing good.
Let's have a quick see. It is, as Rabbit said, it's gone quiet, folks. So if you are in a position to get a brew on, we have Air Baltic departing on 25 right, so we'll get some of the takeoff climb on that. And also we've got, in fact, I can't see, let's just stretch the map out. It has gone a bit quiet. This might be a good moment to put a bit more sun cream on. I'm just going to do that. So if you hear some unusual sounds, that's me slavering on sun cream and so forth, and generally misplacing my glasses. I lost the glasses, didn't I, earlier on as well? Just telling the chat. Where shall I put them this time?
Merci voor de toffe ballen.
To meet you.
En see you online.
So that's just me chucking on a bit of the old waterproofing. I think I need gallons on the back of my neck.
Time for a bit of Belgian trivia. We were talking about game shows, so what are the 3 official languages in Belgium?
Well, I'm going to say Fleming. You putting me on the spot here because this is going to be terrible.
You know,
I'm going to say Flemish.
They're going to Google, so.
Flemish. French
Yeah.
and Dutch.
Well, Flemish and Dutch is basically...
I knew you were going to nail me on that.
No, wrong.
Oh, God. Hang on. I'm not. Is it like you can't keep going back round and asking more things?
Flemish is not even officially a language. It's a region, and we're an independent region.
Is that a dialect then more than a thing?
Yeah.
So, okay, so let's go back one.
So
French.
French, right.
Can I phone a friend?
What do I speak?
You speak very good English, so I'll say English.
Beep.
No?
English is not an official
I knew it won't be that.
You guys know in what 3 languages, official languages we have here in Belgium?
Yeah, it's been chucked out to you. You that know a lot more than me.
Yorkshire biker, 2 out of 3.
Well, what's
not
Yorkshire
bad.
biker say?
Dutch and French. I'm not sure of the 3rd. Come on, guys, come on.
This is a good one because we'll find out who else in our base is actually Belgian based and might want to buzz in to win insider trading.
Do we need to scroll the chat?
Yeah. If you want to just... hang on. Let's just get my glasses on. I just realised I can't see any of it. Yeah, just help yourself, by the way. Just scroll. It'd be like a scroll upwards. Can you see that, or do I need to brighten it up? The glare is phenomenal. So, cracky, this is hot. So, Yorkshire biker was French, Dutch, not sure the 3rd. No sun cream, says Polar Bear. Well, I'll have a bit left over for Edinburgh. So, Rab says Belgium. No! Go stand with me, Rab, in the corner with a pointy hat on your head. Oh no, I've got the pointy hat at the minute. So Polar Bear said French, Dutch, English. No, I looked out with English. I said it, and Welliby, Afrikaans.
No.
Oh, that was a good left
Yes,
of centre.
good thinking, but no.
This is a very lateral and very cultured crew, to be fair. I'm just going to quickly...
It's a minority in Belgium, and they even have their own government. So come on, guys.
Come on. I don't know.
You have a Flemish region.
Yeah?
Wallonia is a French region. And then?
I don't know.
In the east.
Really?
Yes, we have a German region, Ost-Belgian, the east.
So
of
is
Belgium.
German...
We have a German part in Belgium. It's
as does France, I guess, with...
it's the total east of the country. People speak German. And
Oh, hang on. Abby Garvey got there. French, Dutch and German.
Wow, there
Abby.
you go, women power, yes.
I'm not kidding. Is there no limit to what you don't know? Incredible.
She's amazing.
She's amazing. But now we know she's even more amazing.
Yes.
Do you know, I don't think putting sun cream on was the smartest move, because then when you scroll the screen, it starts to smear up. Dino's in the house. Good morning to you. Brussels indeed. Brussels for your muscles. Rab said Rab had come in with Wallonian.
That's the French-speaking part of Belgium.
This is one of the reasons why we take the show to new and unfamiliar places to expand our horizons. I'll tell you what though, folks, I might as well tell you the story now. I was going to hold it, but it's too tempting not to share. Let's just see what's on shot. I'm just going to move it. Let's just go. Where are we going to go? I'm going to go to the tower for the minute. So this morning felt ultra organised insofar as we got an Uber from just around the corner from my hotel. And those of you who are familiar with Uber will know that if you don't know the address that you're going to, they have a pin type function where you basically stick the pin in where you want and they just find the nearest postcode to it. Well, didn't work out, did it now?
Not quite, no.
Not really. We ended up anywhere but. So the driver was fantastic, absolutely fantastic. You know, he could have just sort of thrown a shoe about it and been a bit grouchy, but anyway, it just turned out to be a bit of a catastrophe. We ended up having to take directions, we had to improvise, didn't we? We got here in the end.
I think the basic problem is that we are standing right next to a prison and that the pin maybe didn't want to land on the prisoners.
And maybe that was the solution as well. If we just put the prison in, everyone knows what the prison is. But then I wasn't sure how much walking might be involved.
And the Uber driver was like, this is really where you want to be?
Yeah, he did take a bit of convincing, didn't he, on more than one occasion.
Yeah.
I think he was offering to take us pretty much anywhere else.
He wasn't going to leave us behind. That was nice.
So looking at the windsock, I'm just curious, is it a bit of a crosswind? We have, haven't we?
Yeah.
I've noticed the wind here moves around a lot. I think that's probably true as well, isn't it, at Schiphol?
Yeah.
Which probably explains why you've got so much flexibility in your runway configuration, because they've obviously got runway 1 and 09, which is essentially a crosswind runway.
Baltic taking off.
Right, I'll have that. I can hear it. So.
Yeah, it's appearing above the white buildings in a second. There it is.
Right, there we go. Some live stream aviation.
We've got planes.
This was the aspect that I did nowse up on. I looked at the arrivals, departures, and for some obscure reason I'd concluded they'd be both running off the same track, and that the opposite side was probably more for military. And you get a lot of freight in here as well, don't you, even in the daytime? Or regular freight anyway.
Yeah. We've got a DHL hub here, but most heavy cargo goes to Liège.
I've noticed while I've been watching this place over the last couple of weeks, there's not many days where there's not some freight that comes down during the sort of morning or the afternoon. It's not like it would be overnight. As you say, Liège is the hot spot for that.
Yeah. They got restrictions here, like you know, any airport that is very close to.
Hang on a minute, have we hit a technical problem?
Right.
No, I think so. Mark Bright Spark, because right, one of my screen had gone blank for a minute. Super chatted us £2 as well. My birthday on the 1st, which was fantastic. You have a super one, Mark, on the 8th. How old are you? Can we ask that? Can we make it a matter of public record? I think that tablet's going to last much longer. It's hot and it's getting erratic. It's just one of those things now. I try and I'll go to my phone after that. I've got a plan B.
I want to say I'm not wide enough to.
You can say that. You can say that. I've failed so far, so you can certainly say that. I think this kind of helps. It's just about. Mark will be 50, says Dino. Is that Dino sticking on? Is Mark Bright Spark really 30? Etihad 777 pinging, keep an eye out, says Rab. Thanks, buddy. We do have an aircraft on final approach. A Chewy from Tivat. Sorry, no.
The Etihad is parked there, I think, if that's the one that's pinging. And one is.
Ah, got you. We'll go on to that with a camera in a minute. Thanks, Nell. Eagle-eyed. Jim 33, member for 11 months. Thank you so much, Jim 33. And good morning to you as well.
We've got an Aegean taking off.
Aegean taking off.
I think it was an Aegean, looking at the tail.
I got you. Let's just have a piece of that. So there's the Aegean launching skyward.
We've got another plane on approach, but still low out.
So arrivals are back on. Although at the minute it's at a fair distance.
Yeah, so still a fair way out.
I'll leave you on the windsock. I like the windsocks here with the stripe in it. So that's what I think is a proper windsock. The stripe, not just a solid orange. Kerry Ann Lammy, good morning to you, Kerry Ann. How's your Friday doing? Yeah, I don't know what's happening with my likes either, Rab.
There's a two-wheel landing on the...
Oh, crikey, great spot. Nell's on it. There you go, inbound Chewy. Another one going down the other side. And that was the Tiviat one, isn't it? The one that I was anticipating. So are we toast? That's interesting. Do any of the spotters know if there's a runway change happening? Do you know? Anyone that scanned it up?
My two scanners left a few, unfortunately.
Oh no, we're okay.
Yeah, the next two ones are here.
They're coming here.
Yeah.
Right, chance for a quick water chug. You're staying hydrated, aren't you?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I sounded like, well, take your pick. I was enjoying myself too much with it. There's that Etihad departure. Very nice. Let's just look at that for a couple more seconds. Yeah, I was either like do you remember in the days when Formula One cars were refueled? Was it a bit of that? Or was it Mark swigging as if he was swigging beer? Obviously neither. Okay, so let's have a quick look, see where that one actually came from. Be handy, wouldn't it? Inbound from Tangier, that Air Arabia. Next one in is going to be a TAP. Inbound from Lisbon, and a 320. Oh, I see something amazingly kind from our great friend Scottish Linda. Loving the stream today. Thanks, Mark. 50. Wow, 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 wow. I feel like setting fire to something to give some pyros. Wow. 50 quid from Scottish Linda.
That's amazing.
Oh, we'll get me boot before that plane lands. Don't want to forget my thank yous. Awesome, Linda, awesome. Right, if anything gets a bit squiffy here, it's because, well, it's got a bit squiffy. TAP, inbound TAP. There for a second while I put a bit more.
Is coming towards.
Oh yeah.
Going to again.
Tell you what, you and Linda Cooper will get on really well. You were like a pair of Hawkeyes.
niet? Dat is zo wel langs uit. Dat is lang. Kijk, hier laat ik
Oh, where is it going? Actually.
Where is he going? Come here. I want a closer look at you. Let's be having you.
Taking a left instead of a right turn. Interesting.
Air Arabia chasing along in the background. Well, the windsock now, this is just how crazy the winds can, and there's no strength by the way, but directionally, literally just knocked off for siesta. So ATC can call it any way they want. Right, that Etihad can't be far off lining up, so I'm struck by the fact coming in yesterday that the taxi route back to the terminal, they all seem to be short, relatively short journeys here, certainly compared to Schiphol where you put some music on and listen for a bit.
Yeah, if you fly from Schiphol to Brussels, by the time you're in the air, you're like halfway there.
Well, it's a retro livery. I thought it looked retro-y as well. I couldn't quite tell in the glare. Thanks, Rab, for putting on those virtual fireworks for Icelandair. You lot are just pure rock and roll. Great teamwork. Oh yes, another great spot. You've already seen it on shot, I just haven't seen it. So the ITA is on its way back out, shimmering away. We do have something on finals, or it's going to be the world's largest crow. So I'm going to stay with the fact it's something on finals. Taps off weather, says Rab. Oops, now you've malfunctioned me. Sorry, now you're pointing at something.
At the top.
Got it. So when that departs, is that what I have to say? Taps off. You're right, DB. Windsock is a condor, and that is conspicuous by its absence. We need more condor here.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, to be fair, you can get them by the bucket load at Dusseldorf, which is not that far away, so I suppose there's a bit of that. But I think there's definitely room in everybody's life for a bit more stripy plane action.
Absolutely.
Or hooped, if you prefer hooped, but I'm stripy.
Whatever you prefer, we're talking about the same thing.
It's the same thing, exactly that. Right. What we got in? A Chewy, is that going to come down 25 left or right? We probably could put arrival roulette. It looks like 25 right, left to me. Note the quick correction from yours truly. Back to the chat. Craig McLean had a very interesting night in Tangiers once. Oh, this is RAF stuff. Had to divert from Gibraltar. The bill they ran up in the hotel bar didn't go down well. Loving that. Loving that. I can remember, I'm not going to get into specifics, especially if Mrs. PSA's monitoring the broadcast. I can remember going away on a course with 2 colleagues for 3 weeks somewhere, and they advanced us, this is back in the days with cash advances, all the money, and we'd spent it well inside 3 weeks. We had to go back and ask for some more. Thought we were going to get absolutely caned over it, but oh sorry, I'm not panning right. I'm laughing to myself thinking about that. The thing was, we thought we'd get a proper clear off kind of thing, but they actually advanced us some more money, which we also spent.
Well, yeah.
Ooh.
And we had a 2-wheel landing and 1 taking off. That's nice.
Daar is de bal.
Daar is de bal.
Daar is de bal. Daar is de bal. Daar is de bal. Daar is de bal. Daar is de bal. Daar is de bal. Daar is de bal. Daar is de bal. Daar is de bal. Daar is de bal. Daar is de bal. Daar is de bal. Daar is de bal. Daar is de bal. Daar is de bal. Daar is de bal. Daar is de bal. Daar is de bal. Daar is de bal. Daar is de bal. Daar is de bal. Daar is de bal. Daar is de bal. Daar is de bal. Daar is de bal. Daar is de bal. Daar is de bal. Daar is de bal. Daar is de bal. Daar is de bal. Daar is de bal. Daar is de bal. Daar is de bal. Daar is de bal. Daar is de bal. Daar is de bal. Daar is de bal. Daar is de bal. Daar is de bal. Daar is de bal. Daar is de bal. Daar is de bal. Daar is de bal. Daar is de bal. Daar is de bal. Daar is de bal. Daar is de bal.
And there's
Well.
another one on pushback behind the, what is that, Emirates?
I have to see it. Is that a 330? I think it might be. The plane on shot is a Dreamliner, obviously, those distinctive wings. Nell has just spotted a Brussels to the... Oh, is that a prop? Let's get in close. Let's get in close and personal. No, it's a Chewy. It's still... Is that a prop? To be fair, I could just see a tail. And let's be honest, a 737 tail is pretty distinctive.
That purple tail there, it was just on pushback. It has now stopped next to the little...
Oh, you're looking over at the Thai one.
Yeah. It's Taiwan?
Thai, not Taiwan, Thai.
Thai.
Royal Thai.
Okay.
Next to the Ethiopian.
Yes, Ethiopian was I was saying Emirates, but that's Ethiopian. Yeah, that's on pushback.
Ah, that's just... Oh yes, it's moving. Good spot, that. At some point, you're going to have to come and do Edinburgh with us. We're going to have to invert the fixture.
I'll take the ferry to Newcastle, the train to Edinburgh to watch the planes.
Well, if you take the ferry to Newcastle, I'll take you up to Edinburgh to watch the planes. That bit will be easy. The train was really good, by the way. I went by train to Edinburgh for this trip, and 3 hours door to door. I live not far from Newcastle. It was surprisingly good. I mean, jury is out, as in like, let's just wait here for the minute. What the return journey will be like on a Sunday, because I'm staying over Saturday night so I can do the Sunday show. But it was really good. Can't put too fine a point on it. Right, we've got an inbound. It's another Chewy. It's the Chewy face of the show. Oh, Etihad's gone, is it? So's my head, Rob. Mary Brock is back. Welcome. Welcome back, Mary. Now, I think I'll admit when I'm beaten when it comes to missing that one. Dino likes the green stripe. I like the gold stripes. I like the blue stripes. I like the red stripes.
Them all. See, like Pokemons, you got to catch them all.
That is true. That is true. I felt like that about the Belgium Icons livery, to be honest. As soon as you say there is, well, it's 4, but if it had been 6, 7, 4, I want to see them all. Some of it's not enough, is it? Oops, let's get to the inbound. That's very true. Chewy over there. Chewy over there.
So a funny thing about the Chewies, I live in Antwerp and we have a smaller airport where it's mostly business jets and sport planes, but you have a few Chewies taking off in the summer. If it's rainy weather, they have to land here in Brussels and refuel because the takeoff is too short in Antwerp for a fully loaded plane if it's wet weather.
You heard it here first. That is a left of centre. Would you have expected that story? I swear I'm hallucinating. Craig says winter jacket weather up in his neck of the woods. Thing is, for Sunday, I have got a raincoat rolled up in my case. I don't think I need it here.
For Edinburgh.
Edinburgh, yeah. Definitely. Well, look at that chat. Dino's giving it. Look, Nell icon.
Wow, that's so nice, guys. Oh, I'm all warm and fuzzy now. Yeah, we do need props. Yeah, that's yeah.
Ooh,
Big-
Abby Garvey went on the ferry to Newcastle. Sorry to interrupt you.
Really?
That's two of you.
I did it with stormy weather, and I can not really recommend that. You know, it's like one night.
I was
and then
tracking
3
you.
days of you were tracking me. Yeah.
I was on this some kind of sea version, isn't there, of flight radar, marine radar.
I had sea legs for 3 days afterwards, still standing in my kitchen feeling all wobbly.
I'm not a good sailor.
It was an experience.
No life on the ocean waves for me. It sounds great, but I don't think I could get rid of the nausea.
I think if I would stay on the ocean, it would be good. It's just getting back on land. I was just...
Yeah. But you got okay weather in Newcastle, didn't you?
Yes.
So, you know.
Yeah, can't have it all.
I did look at that option a couple of years back when we first started, thinking, well, if I go get the ferry across, it'd be fairly easy to get Schiphol on the other side, I figured.
Yeah.
Well, I don't mind a little bit of trains and whatever, because I quite like to see something else when I'm here, kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's the added bonus.
Yeah.
Anyway, rightly or wrongly, it was just too expensive, actually. It was actually very expensive. I mean, whether if you go overnight, like, 'cause you were overnight,
Yeah.
weren't you? Whether that works better, whether I didn't even know they did it that way around.
Overnight was really cheap. We did with 2 people, and I think I paid total, like, I don't know in pounds, probably like, it was about 60 euros per person. That's
About
nothing.
50 quid or something like
Probably
ish.
something, yeah.
50, 52. You see, that's pretty canny. I mean, you could probably ace onto an EasyJet flight if you were lucky and booked ahead for that, possibly. I have to say, when I planned up for this trip, I couldn't make it work at all. So I think these things exist in isolation, but when you want to be somewhere on a specific date,
Yeah.
it turns out to be a lot harder.
There was back in the days when I was flying to China, we didn't set a date, we just set a period, you know, I'm coming that month and you'll see me coming. And then one time I got a message in the middle of the night of my sister saying KLM opened half a plane extra. That was a plane split in passengers and cargo, and so they opened more to passengers, and those tickets went like for 300 euros or something. So it was
Wow.
like, book now, because by the time you wake up, they're gone.
Every time I try and book anything, it always says final 2 remaining, always. Or last one. It's interesting. If you're trying to book for 2, it'll be final 2, and if you're booking for 1, it's 1. But I see some fantastic news in the chat from another great friend of plain sailing aviation, Yvonne V, generously Kofi donating us £20. Absolutely awesome, Yvonne. God bless you.
Nice, thank you.
It's a good thing you're not here, because you'll be getting a big kiss and a hug.
Oh yes, kiss and hugs for everybody.
Exactly.
Wow. Hemi?
And don't worry, Scottish Linda, that will apply to you when I see you on Sunday. I think our male supporters might draw the line at being kissed and hugged by the host. Quite right too. I'm just going to rotate the shot around. So if you've just joined us, welcome to Brussels International Airport.
Yeah, I hear you, Abby, about the boats. You know, it was an experience, but I don't think I'm going to make a habit out of taking boats.
And it's not one that Mark's being encouraged into either. All sounds a bit too tasty. Right, let's just check everything is okay. So we've just done over 2 hours. I'm keeping an eye on the time, not because we've got to be anywhere else per se, but it's when you're thinking about if throttling kicks in, what point does it kick in? And I think at the minute, and that's not me jinxing it, I'm just thinking about it. So I think it's going to the right, or the left should I say, of the Brussels 330. There's a whole rash of them supposed to go out mid-morning. Let's see how much charge is in the tablet, 100% charge, so let's take that off. By the way, if you just want to, you can have the chat if you want. You sure? You're way more competent. I'm getting used to this. So back to where we were. Will we get to see the Singapore 350 today?
We had a tail taking off just behind the bushes. It's gonna. We can hear
What?
it. And we're gonna appear above the white buildings.
I'm sure there's a 350 in the show. I'm going to check my notes in a minute. I thought there was a 747 listed as well.
Yeah, Singapore, no?
That's a Singapore, that's what I thought. I wasn't sure if it was going to be a 350. We should get a 74, Linda. We might get both. Because I think there is 2 Singapore flights, isn't there? Anyway, if we can, Linda, we jolly well will. Right.
It's a Brussels Airlines going to take off.
Yeah, I've kind of got the track of it now. I've seen it. That's the first time today I've been able to spot a bit of the tail. So it might come out somewhere around there.
Yeah, right.
Okay, oh, I'm getting my eye in.
Another few days and.
Yeah, but you know me, you don't get the same day twice. I was hoping that we're going to bank left. We've had a couple of lefts, but puts it right, puts it into the haze.
From to the right is going over the city, and when they can avoid it, they have to avoid it.
Well, I suppose it's like everywhere, isn't it? The noise pollution side of things being what it is.
Yeah, that's why at night the heavies don't.
See what I've got to tell you, folks, and I'll give a bit more gen to members in due course, although many members in the show. I was struck by how easy it was to get, both in time and brain power.
Red Devils is on the move.
Ooh, good
Don't know
spot.
where it's going.
Not going where I thought it'd be going, unless we're having a runway change. It's got a tug on it.
The Turkish is still going towards the tower.
So it was really, really easy to get into Brussels Central and, 2 stops. We were talking about this in the taxi, weren't we? It seemed quite expensive for a 2-stop ride. It was something like about €18, probably reflecting the off-peak time as well.
The trains don't have a different price, peak or low hours, but the airport has a tax of €7 to get through the gates.
Which is what makes that.
Yeah.
So if you think about it, strip the tourist tax off it, €11, that would have been all right.
That would be okay, yeah.
And you get the same thing with hotels anyway. Whatever rate you book, invariably you get, and then there's another €3 or something slapped on. Right, that Devils is coming this end. I'm curious whether we're going to have a change around. That'll be interesting.
We're having one that's coming into finals.
Oh, we have. Good spot there. So, welcome to anyone that has just joined the show. You are just in time to see a Chewy Belgium. There's a change of pace for us, inbound from Malaga. A 737 that departed 2 and a bit hours ago. We'll keep the camera on the Ethiopian for the moment. Dino, I've lost the moment, but I'm sure I just... Mamma mia! What have I done? What should I have done? Tell you what, when I get back to the hotel, I am going to have the coldest shower that shower can manufacture. Tell you what, the air conditioning is excellent.
Yeah. Oh.
I mean, initially I thought this is going to be tricky because the duvet was a proper winter duvet, as far as I could tell, really heavy. I thought this isn't going to be great, but then I turned the aircon down. It was brilliant. I slept like a baby till 4 o'clock.
Oh, that's good.
Well, 4 o'clock local time, 3 o'clock in the UK.
Yeah, okay.
But I was solid asleep. I was having all kinds of great dreams. And then I kind of woke up and I started fretting about mobile signal strength. All the stuff that live streamers on tour tend to think about. So let's stay with the Red Devils.
Yeah, big question mark for these two.
Good afternoon. Is it good afternoon? Yeah, I'm not sure. I get confused. It is good afternoon, definitely. To Alex Watson. Edinburgh Sunday? Yes, Alex. Definitely. We are doing a Sunday show. So I'm coming back into Edinburgh Saturday afternoon, sort of late afternoon. And rather than head home to head back, it makes more sense to stick over. So I will be bringing you all of the action from Edinburgh on Sunday. See if you can lay on some weather a bit like this. To be fair, if it turns unseasonably cold, I don't have a lot of things in the case for that. But I do have a raincoat, so I suppose that is something. Right, something is rolling.
Yeah, spooling up behind the bushes.
Let's see what that might be. Come on. There we go.
I couldn't tell what it was.
It is a Sky Express to, I'd like to say Antalya. That seems to be where most of them go.
Seemed a lot of noise for not a very big plane.
Nah, we'll let that go. Bit hazy fantasy. Ankara, actually, that Sun Express was going, not Antalya.
Oh, was that the Sun Express we saw landing this morning?
I bet it was, thinking about the time. Oh, that's another good one, good shout, Scottish Linda. Sichuan Airlines. Is that due out or in? I'll have a quick look on the listings in a minute. I know the one you mean.
Sichuan, yeah.
In from Helsinki, I think, around 12 o'clock. Singapore, 1 hour, 37 minutes behind.
Yeah,
if I can do it, we're gonna do it. So.
And that was a white plane taking off.
13:39 local time, says Rab for the Queen. Don't know how it's all going to work out yet. At the minute, we've got enough legs, to be honest. Everything's still showing 100%. Just how we like it. Still got water, still got sun cream. Something else roaring in the background. Let's see if my flight radar's got it. Next departure to go is going to be a Bombardier Global 6000 over on 25 right, categorised as military or government, 14+5, that must be German I'm thinking, yeah, Luftwaffe or German government. I'm just going to rest us somewhere like about there.
Yeah, and here it.
It's going to get up smartly, so.
Yeah, whoa, it went up very early.
Did it ever? Much earlier than me.
Nice. The Red Devil is going into the hangar.
Ah, good spot there. Going for a cool down. Sorry folks, that's just going to be a bit too hazy, and with the background of the hangar and the Red Devil, it's kind of merging into one thing. Nice. I think I'm going to find another bottle of water. You okay for water?
Yeah.
Champion, I bought plenty because I thought, better take it back than...
We have a plane coming in on R5.
Ooh, that is a A400M, I think.
Yeah, looks military, yeah.
It's hard to see. There we are. Of course, this place was absolutely hopping, heaving, wasn't it, with the recent NATO summit? I think every man and his dog flew through here.
That was in the...
Yeah, but there was a lot of military movements in the days after.
Ah, okay.
Because I thought, oh, is it like that every day? You know, it's something to hope for. That's an interesting one. So whose tail fin is that? Let's find out before I forget the question. Okay. Well, it's Luxembourg. It's the Luxembourg. It says Luxembourg Army, operated by the Belgium Air Force, inbound from Lyon. So that's the procession. So, where are they all going? Oh well, who knows? So you'll see from Hayes on camera, it's proving a super stellar warm day. I think we'll drop onto Meta in a minute and see what they are telling us it is. A bit more water for yours truly.
Yeah, so the 7.7 I think in an hour and 15 minutes or something.
I think that will be at the back end of our durability. I think we can coax 4 hours broadcast out of the setup. Air Arabia.
Yeah, but I especially came for the 747. So.
Of course. We'll just dial everything down. To be honest, as long as there's enough... I've got a spare battery for the camera, so that won't be a problem.
Yeah, but it's scheduled for about 22 1-hour time, so that should be good.
What time is it now?
It's now 20 past 12 or something?
Is it really?
Yeah.
I suppose it would be. We started at 10. We've been going for over 2 hours.
17 past 12.
Oh, well, you're just excellent. Excellent. Because it'd be good to finish with something like that.
Yeah.
That would be a really good crescendo plane. So if you've got to nip out, walk the dog, get the shopping in, just stick a pin in that. Good morning, Mark Pride says hi to you, Nell.
Oh, hi, Mark.
So we're going for it, Les Donaldson. We're definitely going for it. If we can, we will. At the minute, everything's showing pretty much fully juiced, which is handy. I think our biggest risk is probably either presenters or those yellow vans that we saw.
Pegasus
Zoom out.
vans, Pegasus vans.
There you go, they're going to come flashing by. The motorcade, it's a Pegasus motorcade. There seem to be as many of them. Have they lost somebody while they were over there? I think there was 5. Oh, it was a plane on final approach.
So everybody had their Pegasus fix.
Well, it's the nearest we can do, isn't it? Unless DHL are going to give us a flasher.
It's the nearest I want to go.
Well, yeah, and I'm with you there. So we are in with Avion Express, a Casper liveried 320, 18 years of age, inbound from Tunis. It's on long finals at the minute and squidged up behind it. Sounds like something's taking off. We've got an Air Brussels 319 from Rome. Second Rome flight of the show, I think. Right, rolling over on 27 right is a Air Arabia departure to Rabat. So we may or we may not get a bit of the climb. We'll just loiter there for the minute.
Yeah, there's
Crikey, we've got a bit of it. I was just not expecting it to peep up quite so soon.
loaded.
Weet je wat er allemaal ligt om op die
Oh, I forgot to last one. All right.
Everybody go right.
Mixing my left and right.
Hey, oh, they've got the sprinklers on over there. I think I'm going to leave you in charge of the camera. I've switched them off now. I just saw the jet sprinkler. Yeah.
Wat zei je met dat?
The one behind is going for the right.
Doesn't it? At first glance, yeah. Number 2 definitely going 25 right. This aircraft landing 25 left. And then I'm going to put some sun cream on these arms. Can't be going back to Edinburgh looking like the creosote king. Ooh, the breeze is back on. That's nice, isn't it? Yeah, liking that. Right, if I bob us there, we can pick up that aircraft as it picks its way across. Time for me, folks, to put a bit of sun cream on the old arms. Trouble is, these headphones are dropping to bits, so I keep getting these little bits of like plastic. You think like insects initially, but slather it on.
25 right landing, what's that?
Right, we'll have a go at that. Yep, I'm on it. Let's do it.
Don't see what it is.
So we do have an inbound aircraft, 25. Oops. Right. Brussels Airlines, it's an A319 inbound from Rome.
Ah, yes.
I'm going to make a quick technical adjustment because now the wind's picked up. There's a little strap on my brolly that's a tapping noise you can hear. Let's put that to bed. There we go. So in terms of airport as well, I'm always curious about how busy somewhere is relative to everywhere else. Nice way of kind of conjecturalizing stuff. So let's have a think. Where's my notes? I'm going to say 23 million or something in that region, 24 million passengers handled last year, which, if I'm correct, would put it in UK terms. If it was a UK airport, it would be the 5th busiest in the UK, behind Heathrow, Gatwick, Manchester and Stansted.
We have a plus that we have the EU headquarters here, so there's quite a bit of business personnel flying in and out. We have the disadvantage that we don't have a Belgian carrier anymore, and that we're surrounded by Heathrow, Schiphol and Paris. So all these long-haul flights are done by their carriers from their airports. And so, you know, this used to be land of Sabina. Since we lost our carrier, this is yeah. It was very sad.
I was just going to say exactly that.
Yeah.
I think with any of the iconic legacy airlines, when they stop trading, it's awful, actually.
You can't imagine Heathrow without British Airways.
No, not at all. Not at all.
You can't.
I mean, I bemoan British Airways, as others in the chat will. We talk about their livery being stale, but I think back to the days of the British Overseas Air Corporation, BOAC, and British European Airways. And for me, so that's pre-incorporation entities, if you like. That was the moment. Oh, is that a BA? No, it's not BA. It couldn't be BA, could it? No, it could be. I don't think it is. It just looks blue underneath. So we're looking over, folks, onto 25 right. It's another Brussels. The shadow on the underside of the plane, I thought, can't be Chatham dot yard blue, can it? Anyway, yes, it is definitely a sad thing when the legacies go.
Re-inspection going on here.
I tell you what is here, Dan Air, UK aviation enthusiasts of a certain vintage at least will remember Dan Air. Dan Air is operating from here. It was earlier than today's show. I'm hoping to incorporate it in tomorrow's show, folks, for something different. I think it'll be in the early bird show, the back end of the early bird show. So hold that thought. I'll probably film that as a separate clip, actually. 150 likes, says HGC at 12:05.
150 likes, but how many Nelly emojis?
Well, this is it. You're going to have to give that Nelly emoji a proper leathering while she's here.
It's now or never, guys. No, Sabina used to be a really, really large carrier. We even had, way back before I was born, some of the new planes. Sabina was the first in Europe to have them in their fleet. And this was because we had a lot of connections towards Africa. Back when Congo was still a colony of Belgium. And we had, from there we had a lot of smaller airplanes flying all over Africa. And with the independence, that of course fell away. And from then on it was downhill for Sabina. And the last 10 years it was such a costly affair for Belgium because we kept on putting in money. And I remember the last years it was just a bottomless pit. It kept on bleeding, and yeah, we were talking every time of millions and millions of help, and then a few months later they again couldn't pay wages. So it was just they merged with Swissair. And we thought, we're saved. This, this alliance is going to save Sabina, but unfortunately it was the opposite.
Was that the days before Swiss became part of the Lufthansa group as well? So everyone's eating everybody else in this, aren't they, really?
Exactly.
I was trying to imagine, just being playful, Air Arabia inbound from, what did I say, Nador? Oops, crikey folks, over SkyUp. If Lufthansa Group, for example, took over British Airways, what the public, I mean, it's a private entity, so frankly, it's, if it's stock market listed, subject to regulatory and anti-monopoly type approvals, everything's buyable, isn't it? But what would be the reaction? Be interesting. That's not Air Arabia. That is it's that Air Sichuan. It's an A330. I've clicked on the wrong plane.
Yeah.
Is that the Sichuan one? It's not.
I can't see so far, but it looks like it.
So this will be inbound from Helsinki. Why didn't it come this side? It's me chiding ATC. Come on, ATC, we want the juiciest pearls on this side if you're watching. Much love from Mark and Nell. Right, let's just catch what we can up there. Not even that much. Right. So Rick Lee, no bother my friend, we're here when you're here, that's how we roll. PSA on tour and all that. Rab wondering, I think a fair bit behind with this, 07 right for the Red Devils. I don't know, the wind side, it's just changed again. Is that blowing the other way? It's a crosswind in the opposite direction.
Any way the wind blows.
Yeah, isn't
like
that
politics here?
Oh, Scottish Linda, you're right. I have a nightmare with change of time zones, and particularly with streams, telling people what time it's going to start. So there's your windsock. We'll get Meta up in a minute and just see what it is saying. It's about a quarter of a sock there. So yeah, Yvonne, I'm wishing our lives away. Tab moist on Sunday, says Tony Rivers. I have got some wet weather stuff. In fact, I bought none of it here. Back at the hotel, I think I bought all the right bits I normally use.
Here one's pulling up on 25 right.
Ooh, right. Let's get on it. So that should be on 25 right.
Yeah, I just
We've got
hear about the white buildings.
UR Airlines operated by Corridon.
And there it is.
As we arrow in on it before I inbound. But look at that, a bit too hazy. Crazy hazy. They better not bring that 747 down this side. Oh, it's an EasyJet. And before you pace me, I don't think the EasyJet emoji is in, because I didn't think I'd be seeing
telescope. I think that counts for a telescope.
many. You're only allowed so many emojis.
Excuses.
Well, I could say I swapped this out for yours. I swapped a different one for that. Not the Pegasus, before anyone worries. The Pegasus has got like protected status.
I do want to say this was a very beautiful, clean, shiny EasyJet.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm impressed.
Been to the car wash. Can I get any of that departure? I think I can. Yeah, leave it, Mark. So somebody else is bearing in, so
Yeah.
I'm just going to leave you along. It's too hazy to go chasing too far. So over on the opposite runway we have a Cessna Citation Mustang, Austrian registered, off to Zurich. We might see that, but it's going to get up a bit too quick. Britannia 079 says the 737 Chewy was a 700, one of only 2 in the entire Chewy fleet. Ooh, that would have been good to know. I would have videoed that as a standalone clip. Nice one there, Mark. Big time break 6:30. Hello to you. I'm Mark, and for the benefit of anyone else that hasn't been in the show before, joined by our legend of a mod, Nell W,
Hi,
who
everyone.
manages our entire Brussels operation. Ooh, that Hainan is on the push, and that is interesting. It's moved and moving. It can't be the haze. Right, inbound. Let's get to the inbound aircraft, and then I'll just check my box and see that we're not losing stuff.
Yeah, that BizJet went up really, really quick.
Oh, special livery alerts. We have inbound from Malaga, a Brussels Airlines A320 in the Amore livery. As I've clicked on the wrong one. Sorry, now I'm just going to pivot round. If it's not this one, it should be. Don't tell me I've clicked on the wrong one in my excitement. So the only one we need to see to complete, we've completed the set with this, haven't we? We've seen Tintin, we've seen Red Devils, we've seen Atomium,
Yeah.
and this makes the
There's
fourth.
Tomorrowland, yes. 4, and Smurf is not flying.
Smurf
anymore.
doesn't fly anymore, no.
No, unfortunately. That was a nice. I like the Smurf. Sorry about the controversy, but I like that one.
I'd like to have seen it live, as in like personally. I was a bit gutted. I thought they had 6, not 4, you see. Because it was an interesting stat. So the aircraft on shot, and I am just reaching into my flaky memory. So if I remember correctly, this is the latest version of Amore, and the aircraft is entered service in April this year, an A320 Neo. Well, that looks good. I'm just going to pivot you around a second. Sorry, Nell. I've just seen
Yeah.
that. Not sure what it is, but I recognise SAS. Is it a CRJ 900? I'm thinking it probably is. But I think the stat I was wrestling for with this, and I'll firm it up before tomorrow, well, for tomorrow's show, they'd use something like 240,000 litres of paint for that particular job. I'll firm that fact up because it's just knocking around in my frontal lobes. It could be any old number. It could be my room number or something I've got in my head and just put some noughts after it. Right. So, inbound, another inbound. What have we got? What am I serving you up? Icelandair coming onto this runway, 25 left. And did I say 25? 25 in it.
25.
Oh, help me. Icelandair inbound from Reykjavik. Sadly not a 757. What it is a 737 MAX 8. It's a Hainan with special livery.
Yeah.
Yeah, got it.
And then the Brussels and then the Hainan behind them.
So that's a Dreamliner by the look of it. Looking at the tip of the wings, see if that is actually correct. Loads of 330s active, I see. And the plane that is on shot is a Dreamliner, although it's had a repaint since Flight Radar posted this picture. Off to Shenzhen, not the Shenzhen that we know in Europe.
No.
A different one. Thundery showers for Sunday, says Les. Oh, hang on, there's two Hainans, so ignore that. Strike that from the record. Well, I'll be darned.
Look at that.
Come out as a pair. Let's stay with the special. All about the special.
Was worth coming to Brussels for the specials alone.
Definitely. Hayden Schofield, hello to you. Uh-oh, cricket sounds like it's taken a downward turn. If I see Tony Rivers' message, Joe Root sounds like he's having an early lunch. So we're trying to get this plane on Flight Radar. So the trouble is I'm clicking on all these forlornly. You know, I can't get the gold plane up, which isn't very good. Oh, welcome. Yeah, big time break 360. So you were down on the platform earlier. It's been certainly a lot of fun sharing this, no question. Loving it here. Storming, hello to you. How are you doing? Bob Smith, been a pleasure catching you up, mate. Glad you've enjoyed yourself. Mohammed Ibrahim, hello to you in Iraq. Top of the morning to you. Icelandair cutting into the shop. Yeah, I am behind on the chat, aren't I? Those vans were not Mark's lunch getting delivered. It's a lovely idea. Somebody's twinkling on the far side, or on approach. Can't quite work out which way it's lining up, but we'll pick it up. Frozen Picture had to reboot. Les, let me just check that the box is good. No issues at this end as we get close to 3 hours. I think 3 hours is probably where we're going to find our next milestone. Sarah J, 27, member for 4 months, out shopping left alike. God bless you, Sarah J, 27. Lovely to be able to share the milestone with you today. And hopefully you'll celebrate many more milestone moments with us if we can do our bit rate.
Wow.
What are you seeing?
Yeah.
Are you okay? You're not getting too hot? I'm getting too hot.
No, it's fine.
Catch you later, Dino. You're probably gone by the time I got to that, but I'm going to get near the bottom of the chart. No, I'm there, all caught up. So thanks for bearing with me, great and kind people. I think the plane that is next in might be coming down the opposite side. Next departure is going to be a Hainan, not the gold one, but it is going to be a Dreamliner, and it is the Shenzhen one that I miss.
The gold one went to the left towards the gates. I don't know.
Yeah, I've got a feeling it was just being positioned for boarding. Oh, it's a hunch. More water, I think. I think we'll get the early climb on the departing Hainan. It's going to be much closer to that.
Just saw the tail between the white and I'm gonna see it pass. Yeah, there it is.
There we are.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm probably being a bit optimistic with where I think that's going to break the skyline.
It's big and heavy, so. Ooh, it's really late.
Yeah, that is a heavy plane. Oh, I see it.
Wow, that is a very heavy plane. Oh my goodness.
Oh, telescope alert. It just kicked in. Great, let's have a little look-see. So, weather forecast, if you believe the Met Office's attempts to forecast the local forecast in Brussels, says, let's refresh this is garbage. Let's see what it says now. Let's close this down, it's still garbage. It says 22 degrees, it feels a bit hotter than that. Hotter than that. I think it's 23, 24, easy peasy. Nell's going to settle
The
it.
temperature is in the shadow, of course, in the forecast. Oh, in the sun. Yeah, 24.
Yeah, I just didn't feel 22. I know it sounds a minor point, but there's a sort of comfort zone bit, isn't there, where it goes from being pleasantly warm to, yeah, you start to be a little bit aware of it. All right, somebody rolling over on the far side. That somebody is tap on their way back to Lisbon. So see if we can get a bit of it. Right. So
There it is.
no, I was way off beam with that. I've just got the 30-minute light popped up with the camera because it's not the power bank I'm using today is a light one. It just trickles you in.
Yeah.
But I can just swap the batteries over. I've got a plan B. We'll use all of that half an hour though, just
We'll
to be.
just swap the battery like when the 747 is
No.
on signals, right?
What? Just to see if my heart will work while under duress.
We'll make it, instead of an orange Sprite, we'll have a Brussels sprout moment.
I can see why that would be tempting, and I'm surprised I've not been encouraged by the chat to consider that kind of thing, to be fair. I'm not sure my chat's frozen actually, so I'm just going to reboot it. So, apologise if I've got behind again. Mine are just frozen. Gary Fleming, hello to you, buddy, and congratulations on 16 months with plain sailing aviation.
You like it on the move.
Oh yes.
Congratulations on the milestone, very nice.
Yes, nice one, guys. Sorry I couldn't get your mother's arrival on Sunday. Just went tech, didn't we? Cooked everything. Good news is today, camera's doing nicely. The encoder is all right. Tablet's the at-risk thing. But as the sun's moving behind us,
Don't jinx it.
well, you know what I'm like. I'm a bit of a, oh, if I can tempt fate, I'm there. Anyway, 1 minute, it's hard to see in this light. So, virtual fireworks for you, I'm afraid, Gary. But thank you for being a friend to us. Really appreciate that. Right, I thought the chat had frozen. Raskas is in the show too. Hey up, Raskas! Got your big time break 360. Roger Dodger. Katie D is in the house, and Mike Wild. Hello to you both. Welcome to Brussels. Don't know if you've been before, but exactly as Raskas says, happy Friday. Right, what's that one rolling now?
Brussels Airlines going to...
Okay, let's guess where it's going to pop up. I reckon about there.
Yep,
Anyway,
there it is.
Friday it is. Happy Friday, one and all. If you've just joined us and you're here for the first time, I'm Mark, and on co-commentary is our superstar moderator, Nell W,
Hi.
head of plain sailing aviation, Belgium. Ooh, that one's turning. Something on final approach.
No,
Are you sure?
nothing.
No, I just can't find it with the glare.
It's making
Sorry
a
folks,
nice
too much sky. It is making a nice arc.
Yeah.
It's just hard to recognise in the viewfinder at that. Oh, blinking heck!
No,
I'll tell you what, Nell W is not to be underestimated. Dear me.
you're missing your plane.
Yeah, I bet I was. I've been lured to my doom.
I tried, guys.
That was really good. That is entrapment, you know that. Oops.
Entrapment.
It is. I thought I got more time on my side than I had. Turns out I got none.
United is taking off. It's going to...
Right, I'll watch the skyline, track with the Baltic,
Yeah.
and go to United. It's just so hazy now over on the
Yeah.
far side.
Yeah. Wow, United is really...
It's going out heavy and long.
Oh,
There it is. Dreamliner 10. Don't get many of those. Well, we don't. Not Edinburgh and Newcastle. So we're going to go old school with a battery change in about 20 minutes time, team. The Toy Town power bank that I'm using. Let's see if it's run out of juice. I don't think it has. Maybe we can find a bit more juice somewhere else. So please forgive the clunking sounds. No, there's still juice in it. I just think the charge rate's not keeping up.
Do we have time for another Belgian trivia question?
Yeah, we do, but you've got to make them easier.
It's about beer.
Oh, I may have to do some research on that. Well, let's see how we do. Go on.
So Belgium is very famous.
Let's just get to the bottom of the chat first.
Yes.
Because I think that's what we're going to do. So Raskasa said hi too. So we're going to get into something that's close to everybody's heart. Beer trivia. Somebody's on the roll on the far side. I don't think it's anything juicy. It's the AJet A321 off to Istanbul. Istanbul. What am I on about? Oh, right, you had a freeze, did you, on chat, Polar Bear? I thought it was my tablet that had caused it, but hey-ho. That was very close, wasn't it, Rab, on the telescope? Yorkshire Biker empathises with your efforts. Close though, but no cigar. Good morning, Linda with a Y. How are you doing? Right, Tony Rivers overheard that. He was doing something else and he's come back with his dog mutt face. He's heard there's talk of free beer. Right, so I think we're all good.
Well,
The floor is yours.
You can make sure that Mark and I get a free beer. No, the question about beer is Belgium. Belgium is famous for chocolate French fries, Brussels sprouts and beer, not all together please. But how many
They can be done together though, can they, if you really feel the need? Give a short time or something.
Chocolate Brussels sprouts, I don't know.
No.
Maybe one after the other. And we're missing a plane landing beer.
Oh, I'll let that one go because you've got me distracted.
Okay, very quickly.
Go.
How many kinds of beer do you think we have in Belgium?
How many kinds?
Yeah.
As in generic types as against?
Brands. Types.
Brands, as in like, so for example, Stella Artois being
Yes. Yeah, if you want to call that beer, yeah. Okay.
I knew you were going to say that. That was a very English person's view of that, having never been to, let me just pivot onto the plane. Can it be to the nearest 10? Or have I got to be exactly right?
Oh, you can go to the nearest 100. How about that?
Wowee! Yeah, I guess I was just seeing what the parameters were. I don't know. I'm going to intuitively, probably because I've seen an A400 today, I'm going to say 400. Hang on, no, I was going to, but then I thought that would be too low, so then I was thinking more 600. Oh, hang on, that's not my final answer. I'm going to say 1,500. Yeah, that's got you thinking.
Wow, I'm looking at this plane. Window.
Oh yeah. Loving that. Embraer 190.
But you know, we're happy.
So sorry, I said 1,500.
1,500. Yeah, you were close.
Was it really?
We have over 1,600 beers.
I might need you to say that again so I can film it as a special feature. Mark being right for once.
Yes, you were about to the nearest 100. You were spot on.
Oh, that's not bad.
Over 1,600 different kind of beers being brewed. We have, of course, a lot of microbreweries as well. It's actually the Belgian beer is protected by the UNESCO World Heritage organization. Not sure what it's called. And
Is that like UNESCO?
yeah, UNESCO.
Yeah, UNESCO.
Yeah. And what else can I say that is interesting?
That is interesting, because I need to ask you a question. Cripes, this is red hot. Okay, can I read any of this under the sun cream? So actually, Tony Rivers said 1,500.
Oh, very good.
Rab went 2,000.
Oh, wow.
Gary
After
Fleming
a few beers, you might want to.
started my way. Hammy went 1,500.
Oh, they're very
She's surprised,
good at
Hammy.
moving.
I am seeing. What, you're discounting the fact they know this stuff? So Les Donaldson 300. Tony Rivers. Well, I don't know.
300?
Thousands Polar Beer. 150 Alibi. Oops. I'm going to have to jump back out the chat because this is cooking.
Yeah.
I'm just going to put some great numbers in there. So if I can go a bit further up. Anyway, you heard it here first, 1500. So official languages, if you arrive here and you're not sure about such matters, you're going to say, oh, Dinky Neck, that's a good one. And I've just missed it.
We got one on final, but it's still a fair bit out. You're not going to miss that one.
Okay. So 3 official languages, French, Dutch and German.
Yes.
Hey, you see, there was going to be an exit exam at the end of this, so I was very aware that I should. Oh, hey! I'm loving that. What do you reckon, chat? Sorry, it's not taking off here. I'd have to go for a lie down if I watch that take off. So is that the Sichuan one?
Sichuan.
Sichuan.
Oh, Sichuan.
Sichuan.
I'm not sure. I have no idea.
Yeah, it's a good thing we're not
Like that.
having a focus on pronunciation correctly kind of segment in the show, because I'll get pasted.
I would skip.
I'd be pasted like a roll of wallpaper. We've got an aircraft on final approach, team, so hold the thought. Just if I'll put us on the tower for a second. Got hazy over the far side. Watching the camera. Oh, that's weird. It now seems to be taking charge again. The half-an-hour warning's come off. If you suddenly lose me, it's because the message isn't showing. I'll get us up really quick. I've got a spare battery to hand. FDX Aviation, hello to you. Anyway, I was going to ask you, because I'm going to continue my cultural research. I had waffles at breakfast and I kind of figured I'll find a way of doing French fries later. I had pizza for my tea last night. Then I was in a rush, I was having to eat on the move, because after that debacle with the blooming sim, I thought there was somewhere selling it by the slice, I thought I'll have a couple of slices and a Coke while I walk my way back to the train station. So that wasn't really what I wanted to do, but I thought I don't want to eat back at the hotel either, because by the time I get back I want a shower and bed. Feet were killing me, by the way. It was pounding those hot pavements. Ooh, what have we got here? HiSky. Yeah, we're proper knackered. One thing that I would say, in my experience, is exactly the same in Brussels as is more or less in the UK. How slow service is if you ever go into a mobile phone shop. And I'm not talking about the queue thing per se, but just how long it takes to do any transaction you can think of.
I was a bit shocked that a quarter before closing time they didn't want to help you anymore.
I looked at my blooming phone, it says 7:15, and he said it takes more time to do all the paperwork, and they have to. I know they do this because it's happened at Frankfurt, where they've got to take your passport details, put them on something, goes off somewhere, has to come back. Buying a SIM at Frankfurt was a torture. Worse, because on that occasion I didn't appreciate you needed your passport with you, so I had to run back to the hotel. And when I say run back, that was get that little metro train that runs around from one terminal to the other there, and then run to the hotel. I tried to blag him with my driving licence and my honest face, but unsurprisingly he wasn't interested. Right, let's acquire the target early, something nice and sexy. And inbound is an Emirates 777-300 extended range from Dubai.
Yes.
So we get to see this at Newcastle. Well, they haven't done Newcastle for a bit. It's our first one here.
But you don't get to see it with such nice weather.
Not, me in short sleeves. Yeah. You're right. You are so right. I'm a bit puzzled now why the 30-minute warning has gone off the camera. It's like it's now started to take charge again, so I'll leave it where it is. Won't poke the bear.
I'm joining Alibi and Yorkshire Biker with a beer. Yep.
So yeah, what's the top beer to buy? What's the one that you...
Oh, the best beer in the world is Westvleteren. It's an abbey in Flanders, and these monks make their own beer. But it's never sold in shops because...
So from a retail point of view, if I'm going to get a drink in a bar, what should I be looking for?
Well, just like I tell all my German and UK friends, what you should be looking out for is not to underestimate the beers, because they're quite heavy in alcohol. We have beers of 12 and 14%.
Oh, no, that's a bit...
Yeah.
I haven't got that kind of bandwidth anymore.
Go.
And then I think we have one that's 16%.
16% even. Wow. So, and like in Germany, you would buy like half a liter beer. But that's just a disaster if you're going to do that, drink that quantity in Belgian beer.
You'll be seeing aliens and stuff like that, head would explode.
Funny stuff. I work for a brewery.
Yeah?
I'm a salesperson for the Brussels Zaventem.
Come on in.
Come a bit closer to the microphone.
Do you have a first name you want to share on air?
Yeah, my name is Maarten.
Martin.
Martin, yeah. So, and I'm a sales representative for Brussels Zaventem.
There, a typical Belgian beer.
Indeed. From the city of Bruges. And the thing is, all the tourists, they want to drink half a liters. So we make, for all our beers, we make half a liter just for the tourists. And in all the big cities where you can buy in the bars, we have just a half a liter for the tourists. And we have some beers that are 12%. And when they drink a half a liter of 12%, they just go
It's finished.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now Belgian beer is really good, but you have to enjoy it. So I can do, like, if I drink like a Grimberg and a triple, I'm going to do a whole evening over one beer. And I'm happy with that. It's not the quantity, it's the quality.
Oh, that's exactly going to be my approach this evening. I am looking, my days of exploring quantity, strength at quantity are well gone. I just don't have the minerals for it anymore, but I am interested in the quality.
So I really like a dark beer, but a lot of people are just the opposite. They want like a light,
a blonde.
like a blonde, a light beer. And what you said, like, oh, this is like a lager. We
Most beers that are consumed in Belgium are lagers.
yeah. But that is, when I want to really enjoy a beer, that's not what I'm gonna drink. But I'm a lady, so.
I'm going to look into it all.
So wow, we have a real connoisseur here.
Indeed.
Interesting what you were saying though about, and of course it's the market, isn't it? So brewing for tourists,
Yeah.
giving them what they're looking for.
Like I think 95% of our production, or maybe 90, is going to the bars and to the retail, so supermarkets. Then we also brew beer in South America and in Japan.
Oh wow.
And probably in a couple of months also in the States, because of the taxes, the import tax. Because it's cheap. Then the tariff is cheaper to make the beer overseas than make it here and ship it.
Yeah. Brussels Zot. If you can get your hands on it, go for it.
It's amazing beer.
You'll have to WhatsApp me that now because I'll never remember it.
And now I just got a voucher to get a few for free.
Very good.
We're not in Antwerp at the moment, so.
Oh, I'm from Antwerp. No, guys, no, nothing like that. We have.
This is the bit where we have to say other beers are available.
As well.
No, we don't have to on this channel. You can say what you want.
Yeah.
As long as it's
Not
decent.
sponsored at the moment.
Oh,
I will
dear.
give you a Brussels Zot in a moment. I have some in my car, then you can put it in the freezer and drink it when you're home.
Right, next to go, on the far side we have a Brussels Airlines 319, but the point behind that is we've got a Brussels Airlines 330 off to Accra about to go, so I will try and put you on that. Rab says, is beer big in Belgium? Is beer big in Belgium? It sounds like it is.
It is.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
There you go, Rab, you heard it here.
beer, chocolate, French fries.
Tony Rivers lowers that tone of chat. He asks if UNESCO is the Belgium Tesco. You familiar with Tesco?
No.
Very good, TR. Very droll. Oh, that's made a smile everywhere on the platform. So Yorkshire Biker has a mission to try them all then. That does sound like a long-term mission. A bit like travelling to Mars or something. Don't make other plans.
United is on the move.
Ooh. Let's just get on that. Thank you. Good spot there now. And we have somebody on final approach, so very nice. So that United is a 777 off to Washington if I've clicked the right plane. Try and whistle on with the chat. Raskas, I did. My plan B was to have an eSIM, and I was asking the guy in the shop because the difficulty you have when you buy anything in that way. Prepaid SIM, physical SIM, they still want to see your passport, so you've got all of that. But I said, well, if you've got no SIMs, this was in the orange shop, can I not have an eSIM? But he said that would be more faff because they're basically set up on a recurrent basis.
Okay, yeah.
So, although you can cancel it each month, you have to give notice. Obviously, an Englishman trying to cancel his eSIM with Orange Belgium is probably not going to be the greatest telephone call. But no, I did think about that. I thought that might be the way to go. Ooh, I like that. I suppose I'm exposing my age a bit as well. I quite like a physical SIM that I can plug into something.
The good old days.
And then chuck it when I'm done. Because you're asking about SIMs on previous overseas trips. I've actually got more of them than I thought I got in my bag, but they're all dead as a donut after 28 days.
Okay.
In fact, I'll tell you who is really good, Swisscom, you go Zurich, they, you know, sometimes you don't get them in the right package, so you know, I don't want 10 gigs, I want 20, but it's 12 or it's 30, or they're really cute how they've got the price points. Right, there is, I think this is the Brussels A330, so I'm gonna guess it's going to be somewhere like there, maybe it's a bit more.
I'm leaving here in a week.
Oh.
Off to Sri Lanka.
Oh, very nice.
First
that was
Dubai,
close.
and then from Dubai to Sri Lanka.
On a holiday.
Yes, I'm flying with Emirates.
Okay.
Probably a 777.
Not bad.
I'm gonna go to my car. I'm gonna get you some beers.
Ooh, I won't say no to that.
Ooh, very cool.
No, it's fine.
Okay, thanks.
He's deadly serious, isn't he?
We scored ourselves a free beer.
I'm impressed. Very impressed. What are the chances of talking? It was you that brought Martin into the conversation. Great
I had
stuff.
no idea. He was standing behind us.
But it's
and
great.
He heard me asking the trivia question.
It's one of the things, you know, when you're streaming, anything can happen, can't it, in terms of who you meet and who you speak to. But there's a first, that is.
Oh, we don't have an Orson here, but
No, we don't. We don't have that. The grass is getting long there now as well. They need to bring him back. Let's get back in the chat. Anyway, back to close off on Raskas's point, I think the other thing is, I mean, I'm not even on an eSIM domestically yet, and I do like, the other thing I like about physical SIMs is I can swap them between my different devices, so actually the SIM that's in the router, my portable router, gives the best outcome, and sometimes it's better to put a weaker SIM in there and a stronger SIM in another device that doesn't. Oops.
wow, that took off really, really late.
I forgot what I was watching for there. I'm going to drink some more water. This is the end of things where I get a bit ragged at the back end of a hot show.
I keep trying.
Yeah. Where's it from?
But you know my tricks now. I point on to the other direction, and you know it's behind you that you have to look.
You have got me a bit more cautious. Well, actually say a bit, I mean a lot. But I'm just so glad we did this.
Yeah.
Dearie me. It's always, you know, when we say, where do you want to go, folks? And folks vote for where they want to go. And I was thinking about this on the flight, how it's always new ground, isn't it? Like, is it going to be easy to find the spot? Well, I thought it would be, and it turned out to be hard, even with a pinpointed Uber. Right? The sim side of things, it's always a worry because you don't know what you're going to get until you get to the spot. But I got a plan. I knew I'd buy it here, and if I can't get it there, I'll get it there. I never thought I'd be going into town at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, but even that was an adventure, and I mean a really good one, because it was lovely strolling around in the sun. My feet were smoking, but you know. So 747, 38 minutes out, says Rab.
Yes.
We can do that. We're going to finish with that one. That is going to be the final plane of the show, unless you tell me there is another 747 following in its wake. Well, you can't be telling me that unless it's true.
I'm happy with one.
I think that would be the right moment to finish. Can't top that. God, this water is warm. I don't know what yours is like.
Mine was standing in the shade. Sorry.
It's all right, I will manage. By gum. So yeah, we're going to finish with the 747, folks. That will be a really good way to do it. If everything will take us that long, we're doing it. So Yorkshire biker, he's a bit cultured, is our friend Paul. Delirium and La
Chouffe, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, don't worry, Tony, I won't be spangled. I've got an early start tomorrow, early bird show. But I am going to have a nice cold one. Unbelievable. The day just shows up so many unexpected. What am I looking for?
A big Brussels one coming our way. Or no, going there to the left where that.
Yeah, keeping going. There you go. Got it. Target acquired. I love seeing the Brussels A330, you know. That was one of the things that when I knew that was going to be a thing for us. I love the special liveries too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alibi says don't do a yard of ale in Belgium. Are you familiar with the yard of ale?
Yeah, but that's really
Insane.
A meter of beer they do here, but it's a tourist.
Oh, they do that as well?
But nobody in Belgium does that. No Belgian does not do that.
You heard it here. Oh, that is a laugh, isn't it?
It's like people buying a kilo of Belgian.
Right, hang on a minute.
Sorry.
I might be a bit. Alibi asks about the beer. Could you spell the name of it in the chat?
Yes. The name of the beer is. Wait. Whoa. Brussels Zot. They asked me to spell it because they were.
Are you good on camera or?
Always.
Always. Hang on a minute. Just you hold on to the beers.
Yeah.
This is always. So let me get rid of the headset because that will just. Right, let's just twizzle around.
Hi guys.
Hang on, you're not there yet. Right, that's Martin.
Hi, how are you doing?
The handsome young fellow who's bought a stash of beer.
Indeed.
Let's just see.
Because if you visit Belgium, that's the sort of thing that can happen.
There we go. Are you coming on, or are you? Nell's going to watch for the planes for me.
So while plane spotting, you can always have a Brussels Zot. It's a famous Belgian beer. It's made in Brugge, Bruges, the famous city. I think everybody in the world knows it. It's a blonde one. Then we also have like a darker one, a brown beer. That's this one. It's the double. Then we have the Straffe Hendrik quadruple. It's named after one of the founding fathers of the brewery. And it's like, I think 11 or this one is 11%. So if you drink 2, you're gonna be like cassé, we say in Belgium.
Knockout.
Yeah, indeed. And then we have the Straffe Hendrik Wild. It's like a triple, but with natural yeast. So you get like a funky, sour, yeah, like a musky flavor in the beer. You think musky sounds kind of weird, but if you're into that kind of styles of beer, probably gonna enjoy this one. So those are our beers. Little fun fact: we're the only brewery in the world with a pipeline. We have a pipeline about 3,300 meters that goes from the original brewery to the bottling facility. So every drop of beer is still being brewed in the brewery in the historical center of Bruges, and then it's being transported through a pipeline to the bottling facility.
Wow.
The only place in the world. It was in the New York Times even when they opened it.
You guys have got profile if you're in the New York.
Yeah, indeed. It's quite amazing.
Don't step back there because you're going over that curve.
So I say here are the beers. You can like divide them by which ones you like.
I think I'll take those 4 ones.
I'll look after them though. Thank you so much, Martin.
And a new hat.
Oh, wow.
Unbelievable.
Amazing.
Here you go.
Amazing.
Thank
If I'm
you
going to
so
switch,
much,
I'm going to
Martin.
switch. Martin, you're a gent. Let me shake
Yeah.
your hand. Let me just, I don't know what to say.
Hospitality.
I tell you what, unbelievable. Thank you, sir. Awesome
welcome.
stuff. Right, planes are on.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go back to work.
And I'm going to put them out of the sun.
Yeah, well, tell you what, Nell, that's a good point.
Yeah, indeed.
Nell is really clever with stuff like this. That's why my water is cooked up like bath water.
To drink them cool.
Yeah. Put them in the fridge.
Yeah.
And I super enjoy them. I love Brussels Zaventem. I've never tried the stuff in them.
This one is deze is heel 1 keer per jaar wordt hier gebrouwen. Ja.
Heel benieuwd.
1 keer per jaar wordt hier maar dus ook moeilijk om eraan te geraken. Voilà, alsjeblieft.
Heel erg bedankt.
Gee, I don't know what to say.
Veel succes.
Dankjewel.
Oh, we've got a Brussels 330 on the climb too. Wow.
I thought it was worth coming to Brussels for the special liveries, but I think I'll take the beer.
Actually, I'm going to save the hat and keep it in good condition. Let's pop that in the bag. That will make more sense. Rather than get sun cream all over it.
3 planes.
So,
3 on final.
which is the first one? Let's have a think. Plane on shot is, I can't tell, Air Algeria. It was on shot, back on shot. No, it's not as Turkish Airlines. I think the plane before was that. I think my flight radar's gone sticky. No question. Turkish Airlines inbound from Istanbul with an A321.
Yeah, the one that previously landed just disappeared behind.
Yeah, as soon as I looked at the image, I thought, have they sent 2 in back to back? I thought, I don't know. My head's still in the previous conversation. That was really interesting.
You have a little fridge in the hotel,
I've not looked in it, but I probably have.
so you can put the beer in and enjoying it tonight and just.
Yeah, I like that. I'll tell you what, I'm just going to leave you along there for a second, folks. We do have somebody on final approach. They're all coming in now. I'm just going to have a quick look around the kit. Brussels Airlines A319 from from Frankfurt is your next arrival. So did you spell in the chat for Alibi the beer name that he was after? Alibi is going to go into the chat. We've got too much excitement on the go. It's good excitement. Hopefully you have all got a good flavour of that. Graham Baird, good afternoon to you, Graham. Okay, we have somebody else beetling in, but I'm just going to take a chance and catch up with the chat. Let's see what the next plane is before I do that. Flight radar's having a cow on me. Brussels inbound from Florence, possibly. That's the plane I think I'm looking at. Yeah, Tony Rivers, I'm thinking exactly that. I was thinking social as well. Because the whole point of trips is to be able to bring something back that is personal and fun as best as we can. I have to say, I never thought that we'd take that particular path. Fantastic, the people you meet. I can't get a focus on that. It's that hot. It must be north of 24 now. I'm impressed everything's still working. Craig, you're right. Set me loose with, never mind 12%, I reckon 5%, and, well, in this heat, I'll stick with it while it runs off. So chat, how are we looking with our 747? And we're still looking good. If only they bring it down this side. Looks like we've got a Brussels Airlines from Copenhagen coming down the opposite side. Yorkshire biker's on his way over now. Free beer, he's definitely having a piece of that.
Rap, you're all welcome.
So remember folks, double-headed show tomorrow. The thumbnails are out. I might jiggle it around a little bit depending on what I've thought about it and the fact I know what the continuity of action feels like with just single use for the runway. But at the minute, exactly as advertised. Early show, definitely, that will go as advertised, simply because the heavies are coming in then, so all good. But the question will be whether to extend the early show into the main show or do it in two parts. That bit I've not quite bottomed. But whatever I do, I'll make sure that you know.
In de auto is de zak
Stick with the plan as is for the moment, and then we'll tweak it if it makes sense. I think the temperatures tomorrow will be the other thing potentially, because obviously the hotter it gets, the hazier it gets. It's all about target planes, isn't it? So, Renato Caprez, hello to you. Greetings to you in Switzerland. I'm Mark, and Nell is my co-commentator. Rab, at least if I don't show up tomorrow, you'll have an idea why I've not shown up. A plausible explanation.
I will show the empty bottles as proof.
Oh, dearie me. Yeah, I'm with you, Rab. 27 left. Think 27 left. Les says 30 minutes out, and that was... Can't even read it in this glare. I've got the brightness up, and it's just... I don't know what it's doing, but it's not... Oh, 747 is passing Biggin Hill, says Rab. So currently over the UK, probably by now somewhere near the coast.
Oh, bird hovering there, bird of prey.
Ooh, that's a hawk or some kind of, is it not? Let's see if I can get the... Oh, it's stopped. They're camera shy, aren't they, sometimes?
That at 3 positions on the right.
You've got to be hungry, haven't you, to be flapping like that in this heat?
That's diving.
Somebody's day just got a lot worse. Back to the chat. Beer O'Clock says, Les, have to concur. So, have I missed Martin's entry? Is it a different Martin? Just to be certain, Martin, hi, I see you've been welcomed by folks back in the show. So, oh, it's our Martin. This is how far back. It's Beer Martin. Nell has an armada of emoji smashing. Beautiful. Rick needs a beer now. Know the feeling. Oh, where's no... Scottish Linda is imploring you to come on at the end of the show to show yourself.
Yeah. I didn't bring my makeup.
There you go. You heard it here. If I can entice her in, I will do what I can do.
Yeah, no worries.
I wasn't joking about cult figure and all the rest of it. Fans' favourite and... Dear me. So yeah, I'm a bit behind with the chat. I thought while we were breaking off for that, this might... Oh, Rab says take the beer after the Queen lands. You could take that as read. But yeah, Martin, if you're hearing any of this, top bloke. Quiz prizes for the social, says Les. Les's record of winning quiz prizes, by the way. A bit like Yorkshire Biker. And actually, I think Hammy's none too shabby either. There are some people who are absolute quizmeisters. But Les, I think, is... Keith Cornell's not bad either, you know. He's another one that shouldn't be ignored.
I gave up on it. You know, the only time when I would have had an answer correct, Sabina, was the one time I couldn't make it.
So if we literally rip open the envelope that says Sabina and 100 things to know about Sabina, you'll not be on the spot and you'll be happy, won't you?
Ask me first if I can make it, please. Oh.
I won't put it past Les and Keith Cornell to actually know some stuff about Sabina.
Probably, yes.
They're cagey enough. I'll have to let that one go. I'll look it up in a minute, see where it was going. Do. Do you know, I can't even see it on flight radar. Oh, I can now, yeah. Off to Kinshasa. Kinshasa?
Kinshasa.
Sounds Congolese.
Yeah, Africa, yeah.
Right, what can I find for you? I tell you what, that breeze has just turned up at the right time, hasn't it? Ooh. Nothing on final approach at the minute. Everything crossed and hoped for in terms of... what's that all about? I've still got Meta up for Edinburgh, not Brussels. Alibi says we should be drinking these beers for while they're cold, but he also puts a note to say for a laugh. Oh, Maverick. ×3 Brussels incoming. Free advertising, says Hammy. We're all for that. We like our friends. And Martin is now inducted into the PSA Hall of Friends.
Yes. All it takes is free beer.
Yeah, I think we'll probably use Brussels Rab as the inaugural plain sailing aviation away day experience. Not on a ferry.
Well, we had a high flying landing here. Isn't that a Portuguese charter?
So let's have a look. 19 minutes out on the 747, says Polar Bear, and that was at 13:29. So take another 5 off that.
Yeah.
14. Yep, Biggin was a long time ago, but oh, Craig McLean thinks European Kestrel for our bird of prey that was
could be a Kestrel. Yeah.
doing the biz out. Oh dear, I can barely. Well, which runway this 747 coming down on is exercising me. In fact, let me find something else to do.
I see.
Oh, hang on, just interrupting now. Les, I told you knew a bit about Sabina. Had a charter airline called Sobelair?
Sobelair, yes.
Sobelair.
Yeah.
Told you, if we go for a Sabina night, it's going to be not as easy as you think. Right, so it's twinkling on the far horizon.
On finals, it's still a ferry out.
Oh, first free bird of the show, inbound from Izmir, an A320-200.
United is on the move as well.
Well, keep you on that. As you can see, it's moonwalking its way backwards, that United. United! I don't know I did that. So, I'm not sure I'm going to pronounce this correct. Jope Oris, I sit right beside you, green hat. Oh, green, is that even hat or seat? Green seat. Yay! Can I put the camera on? Yeah? So, there's the young man in question. Yay! Quite excellent. Seven minutes out on the 747. Ooh, I don't know. I'm getting anxious now. Really anxious. So we've got a Belgium, Brussels should I say, A330 that is going to be taken off to Freetown free time. That is on 27 right, here on 27 left. We should have a free bird, should we not? Yeah, free bird from Izmir.
Wow.
Quite like these, they come in different coloured tail fins with the bird in the middle. I like the gold one.
Very nice.
Indeed. Now, the $64 million question. In fact, I'm just going to leave the camera long.
Where is the Queen?
Where indeed? Hi to Fausto sorry Fausto, I can't pronounce your name correctly. I've just seen you in the chat. From the policeman that passed you 3 times now. Oh, well, don't listen to the chat because I'm sorry, Fausto. I'd love to have thumbed you up. If you come back round again in the next few minutes, we'll get you on camera. But otherwise, thank you so much. I'm too busy in my own head trying not to miss the action and generally coming up short.
I noticed the police. I thought they came to check on you, but they didn't stop. So.
What, you mean check on me and take me in for further questioning, kind of?
Well, I hope not, because I'm not very good with the camera and stuff.
Well, it sounds like Brussels Airlines on their way to Freetown on the far side. No visual on the inbound 747. Folks, I'm getting excited. In fact, if I just move the shot just a little bit so we can pick the pace of the Brussels up, and United should cut into that. Right, there's the Brussels 330, there's United. Do, 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 do. Beat me focus. But it has to be said, matter of record, and one of my reflections is everybody I've met, not just yourself, and I've met you before, I knew you'd be great, your legend precedes you, but everybody I've met on this trip has been absolutely fantastic. Whether it's asking something, and I ask a lot of stuff when I can't find things, and well, we were talking this morning, weren't we, about the hotel, about how to get from the train station, which is underneath the airport, to the hotel, which is actually on campus. You think it'd be really easy, but it's not as intuitive as you think.
I was lost.
As I was yesterday, thinking, oh, this seems more difficult than I thought. Oh! Fausto! There you go. Hey! Now that is a PSA first.
We're making friends.
Our only previous interaction with the long arm of the law was Newcastle once when we got asked to move, but we weren't live on that occasion. Well, we were asked to move actually. They just wanted us to move our car, which wasn't illegally parked, but they were getting nitpicky.
Yeah.
Anyway, by the by, Fausto, have a great day. That is awesome. Big smile here.
Much more than we know about these things. Is there an app or can we follow when
H. Good afternoon to you, H. First and foremost. Hope you're keeping well. Welcome to Brussels, and thank you so much for supporting us with a gifted membership. Awesome stuff. I hope you're keeping well. This is proving to be something of a trip and a half. Oh, something moving over on the far side, something big, and it is United Airlines off to Chicago with a 787-10 Dreamliner. So if we try and pick it up from there it is, as promised. Let's see if I can get anywhere near it. Nowhere near it. Tell you what, folks, those in the show that follow us at Edinburgh in particular, I was struck by the thought yesterday when I was looking at the departures board that the Washington flight had been cancelled. United don't seem to be having a lot of luck at the minute there. Anyway, back to the show. So H-Stop has very kindly gifted a membership, and that has gone to Elliot. So welcome back, Elliot. Nice one, H-Stop. Ooh, it's not one, it's two. H-Stop, absolutely gorgeous. Thank you so much. This one has gone to Ashton Pope. So, Fandabidosi support. Let's get back to the chat in a second. Gonna have a quick look on power actually. We don't want any last minute glitches or hitches. 3 hours 44 minutes broadcast. Only on 2 sims as well. So, and you're enjoying the show, H-Dot, brilliant. Been a real pleasure bringing this to you all. You members and supporters, you make this possible. Jamie Miller, hello to you, buddy. Oh, it's coming down the other side.
C'est un peu à dire oula, c'est un A380. C'est un A380 qui arrive ici, sauf que ici c'est pas. Tu viens pas spotter là, tu vas spotter bien, mais pas là. Mais en fait, l'A380, je crois qu'il y en a eu un, il a atterri.
That's a shame.
Yeah, she's keeping her distance a bit.
Ils avaient fait une émergence. En fait, les A380 ils peuvent atterrir. Le seul souci, c'est qu'en fait, ils n'ont pas. Zaventem n'a pas les passerelles.
Sorry, folks, that's the 50-50.
Zaventem n'est pas adapté. Mais en fait, on est d'accord que les passerelles, ils peuvent pas. Enfin, déjà tout. En fait,
le problème, c'est aussi que les services d'urgence puissent accéder à.
Ah ouais.
Surtout, tout ça a changé.
Peut-être ça, il parle beaucoup plus aussi que. Mais moi, j'aime bien le 547.
One of life's little ironies, isn't it, that they are dual operating the other end, but not this end.
Yeah.
ATC, we love you, but go on, man. Right, I think that's it.
But better a queen from a distance than no queen at all.
I agree, and that is the good thing about this. It's not all or nothing. So let's just see what is inbound. Chewy by the looks of it. Right, I'm going to go to camera. Let's do it the right way round.
Oh, we have another anymore.
Oh no, the telescopes and all rules are now toast. So let's just pivot it round. Let's get me on shot. Too much me. Can you have too much me? Of course you can. There we go. So there you go. Do you want to come in? You don't have to. There you go. So, star of the show, Nell. What can I say? It's been an absolute blast. Worth coming just for this. Even if you did go Maverick on me and start getting me to miss planes.
I tried, guys. I tried. I did my best.
We managed to get through it glitch-free, unless of course we're glitching at the minute, but there you go. I think 4 hours broadcast with no local SIM is pretty good actually, without any kind of hassles. Thank you so much to the moderators team as well for your support. On-site moderators, you know, in particular, as putting up with me, it's not easy, but also Alibi 58, Rab H, Les Donaldson.
Yay!
God love you. And we are back, of course, tomorrow. 2 shows. Remember, there's an early bird for those who want it. That will be heavies. And we might extend that into a main show, depending on whether that makes sense from an action point of view. But either which way, at the minute, it's an early and a slightly later one. So please do tune in if you can. Major shout out as well to everybody that has supported the channel in all kinds of different ways. So everybody as well from Martin, our friend from the brewery, who very generously gifted us beers and a cap. See how that got to the top of the list, can't you?
Free beer, you know.
No, it's just the way it is. Fausto, our policeman, who gave us a big smile with the blues and twos on. But everybody else from our new PSA crew lounge members, Andy W and John Robertson. Aviation Action Scotland celebrated 1 month with the channel. DB Bassman, your wishes are command, very generously Ko-fiing us. SE Aviation rejoined the PSA Crew Lounge. Great to have you back. Jules C, love you to bits. Thank you so much for gifting a membership. Now, Pierre, I can't, that's... Pierre, you heard it, your surname properly pronounced there. Thank you so much for super stickering us. That was really appreciated. Big DC with the Ko-fi donation as well. Very generous of you, my friend. But I think Mark Oscar is political bias. I didn't follow that one up in the chat, but celebrated 21 months with the channel, so absolutely excellent support. Craig McLean, our incorrigible friend, gifting us 5 memberships and celebrating 4-month milestone with the channel. Mark Brightspark very generously super chatting us. Fantastic to celebrate 11 months of Jim 33's membership with the channel. Scottish Linda, you are getting a hug and a kiss on Sunday, so don't be going truant. Making a very big Ko-fi donation to us. Yvonne V with an incredibly generous Ko-fi donation too. Yvonne V, you'll be getting the same treatment if you're a bit further north. Sarah J 27, thank you so much. 4 months with the channel, fantastic stuff. And Gary Fleming hitting the 16-month milestone. H. Dot coming in with 2 gifted memberships at the end. And honestly, guys, I was a bit cavalier when I threw that down, wasn't I? That was like me kind of rock star moment, but without being a star. Wow, this is scalding hot and I can barely read it. So
I can't read anything.
No, it's too much sun cream on the screen. So if I've missed anything, I'll try to make that right later. Oh, I can see it now. I've got a bit of shadow on it. So thank you, Les Donaldson. It's been great to share this with you. Polar Beer says thanks, Mark and Nell. Similarly, Yorkshire Biker. Rab H. Dot, our pleasure. Yvonne V, thank you so much, both. Katie D, you're adorable. They must be talking about you because I've never been called adorable, even by my mother. Tony Rivers says, catch us Sunday. Of course, work being the thing that we all have to do. Can't wait, says Rab. Me neither. Let's have a look. Craig McLean has gifted another membership that has snuck under Mark's radar, his faulty radar. Thank you so much. And that went to, ooh, that's a tricky one to pronounce. Nyigan. Oh, can you read that? It's too hard to see in the glare.
Yeah, I can't see.
I'm not going to murder somebody's name, but welcome aboard, my friend, and thank you so much, Craig McLean. That is unbelievably kind and generous. You'd already been in for 5, and yeah, it's. Ooh.
Thank
V
you,
says
guys.
gorgeous. You're getting a big thumbs up.
Thank you, and
We're
thank
gonna
you
get
for spamming that emoji.
Yeah, can we close out with a final spam for this fantastic lady, because she is all part of, you know what we are as a channel, as a community, and to see Nell, I mean, it's the first time I've seen Nell for a long time. I've only met her once
It's a long
previously,
time, yeah.
right at the beginning, and to be able to do this together and just share her expertise and actually some tricky questions in there, it's honestly, it's been fantastic. Right, I am going to close this down now then, and well, I'm going to go to the final plane of the show. Let's do it in style. Can I get there in time? Of course I can. So folks, this is Mark and Nell signing off at Brussels International Airport. Really hope to see you Sunday, and whatever you're up to in between times, you know what I'm going to say next, stay safe, take care and have fun. And it's Friday, of course, isn't it?
Yeah,
so that's, you know, Friday feeling. So bye-bye everybody.